Hola!
Are we live?
We are live.
Well, that's a good thing. No, we're not. We don't have the internet.
Yes, we do. We don't have any.
Oh,
We don't have any hickeys coming up here saying that we're not live.
oh, okay.
Don't do that to me.
Well, I'm just looking and
I know it drops off. It's not stable. Geez, guys, it doesn't matter where we go in the world. I swear, we can get really great internet speeds, but it's just not stable. Speed is great, but stability is important too.
that's how we've been married this long.
Speed,
Stability.
speed, and stability.
I don't know about the speed
Uh,
part anymore, but
hey, look, Pittsburgh. They're number one right now.
I figured I'd wait till somebody got on.
Well, they might be on.
Well, that's true. They
Yeah.
could be.
We could just be chit chatting and just, you know. Anyway, I'm going to have a Strongbow cider, the only cider
I fixed to say that's
that I can find in Mexico. What I wouldn't give for some Bold Rock right now. What's that other one I used to get? Stella Artois makes a good cider too.
the one out of Charlotte that had the flavors, the cherry.
Oh gosh, that hop and cherry goblins something, Bob
Yeah.
and cherry goblins, or I don't know. I can't think of who
that,
that is.
that you got the first time at the Henderson County Apple Festival, and
Yes, and there was one that's sort of Noble cider out of the Asheville area. Somewhere in Asheville area is Noble cider, and they make some good ones too.
no bull.
No, Noble.
Oh, okay.
Noble, like royalty.
Yes, that noble.
Noble. All right.
What happens if we have a live and no one shows up?
I don't know.
We've
I'm
never had that
wondering.
occur.
I mean, we're live, I believe. I'm not used to people not being here at the moment. Hmm. It means I'm going to go on over here. I'm going to go over here to YouTube. And I'm going to see what's up. Oh, why does it look like that? I hate when that looks like that. Let's go to our channel. And there we are. The tape that is not us. Where's our lives?
Under live.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Where's our live? That's very strange. Let me go under the studio. Whoa, what was that? Oh, yeah, you got to be careful of that. Let's go to our content and we'll go to our lives. What is this verify it's you? Oh, goodness. And it says we're live. So, okay. But it says it's unlisted. Public.
That could make all the difference.
Well, I don't.
No, I know.
Why would it do that? It's always been.
Well,
otherwise.
Just because it can.
I don't know. So here we are, and we're live. I mean, I did provide the links on socials.
No, I know
so that's all that good stuff. Okay, well, here we are. Let me verify it's me. Why do I have to verify it's me?
Look over here at this screen. You'll see it's us.
Come on now, YouTube. Get your act together.
It's right there beside you.
You know. Come on, YouTube. Makes me wonder, though. Hold on. I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to go here, and I'm going to see what this looks like. Oh, Ricky. Hey, Ricky. Hi, Ricky.
All right.
We got somebody. We thought we were going to be all by ourselves. This is one of those weird occurrences where
we couldn't see anything occurring.
yeah, there was like nothing happening. That's just kind of weird. So,
Yes.
and oh, I'm sorry, was that in the way?
Well, if we're going to put stuff on this screen,
We're not.
I know, but yeah.
Yeah.
If
All
I
right.
look to that side,
Right. Yeah, we have like no topic for tonight, so it's just kind of cool. Yes, we're live finally.
it was weird. She
was
went in
like-
and looked, and it was
It
under.
said it was unlisted, but the weird thing is I provided links on Facebook and Instagram and on YouTube community too, and the video would come up if you followed the link. But for whatever reason, it said it was unlisted. So I made it public. Maybe that makes a difference. I don't know. Not really used to not having that many people on right now, but that's okay. We will just chit chat and you can tell us what's going on in your life and ask us whatever you want.
Yeah.
We got to Oaxaca City about 10 days ago, 11.
10, 11 days, 10 days ago.
Yeah.
Whatever. Not this past Saturday, the Saturday before that.
Yeah, and we've been tired. We were tired. This was a hard move, and it didn't think it was going to be, but it kind of was.
I knew it was going to be.
Well,
when we had 2 sets of stairs involved and then a walk
to a parking lot.
to a parking lot
Yeah.
that wasn't just like, oh, it's 20 steps. No, it was
No,
a walk.
It was
to
a
the
walk to the parking lot. So,
And then when we unloaded, we had that little trolley
that's true.
that we could just sort of stack stuff on and take to the edge of the stairs and then just carry them up. We didn't have the trolley.
No, Stefano was
I
busting
know.
a sweat doing that.
And so that was all mano a mano. It was, yeah.
And it was tiresome. It
And
was
then-
tiring.
And then we had help that was supposed to be there at 8 in the morning and showed up about
9:30.
9:30, 10 o'clock. And I was like, well, we can either sit here and wait, or if they never show up, we're never going to make any progress. So
Right.
I started just loading the car.
Yes, and then we had a traffic jam on the new carretera.
Okay, first thing is the new carretera is nice, and it's going to be really nice
Yes.
when they finish it. I mean, it. You can see they're still building the toll plazas and doing the finishing touches on it, but it is a nice road.
From Puerto Escondido.
Basically right outside of Puerto Escondido
Let me get that bug.
to Oaxaca City, and it really would have cut off a lot of time if we hadn't run into the fact that they were bringing part of a bridge up, and it took 2 trucks, one going in forward direction and one driving in reverse, and they had the whole span of the bridge on these 2 trucks, and
they were going very slow because they have to maneuver, coordinate together to move this big piece of bridge. And so they had the entire highway shut down both directions.
Both directions.
Yeah.
I mean, at least we were in the direction that we were able to sort of keep up with them. It wasn't at a very fast rate. And just to show that Mexico's just like every place else, there's a couple of people that decided, I'm too special to wait in this
special.
line. And so they get out and they go up, and then they realize, oh, there's no place to go. I mean, it's like, really?
But I'm special.
You're special.
It was just a really long, it was a long day. It was a hard move. And to top that off, I have been sick for 2 weeks. I only started to feel better a couple days ago. So
I was going to say, fortunately, our hostess and her husband and her son helped us unload the roof bag because
Yes.
we could not get the car into the compound
with the roof bag
on.
Yeah.
So we had to pull up outside and then unload the entire roof bag, and then we were able to pull barely inside. It's tight.
And hey, hola
Lambden.
Thank you for joining tonight. We were like kind of lonely until Ricky and you showed up.
But so we really have not experienced a whole lot of Oaxaca.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Because we just took a week to just, at least a week.
I mean, we did go to the Chedraui because we had to have groceries. And
we walked to it.
And fortunately, it's about 8.5, 9 blocks away. And so our host who owns this house, not the on-site hostess, but the host who owns it, had recommended to us, just walk to the Chedraui, do your shopping, and when you come out, just grab a cab.
Yeah.
And so that's what we did. We went through, got everything we needed, hailed a taxi, sitting right there, and boom, we were right back here. So that worked out well. So
yes, but we basically have stayed in the compound. We're calling it the compound.
It's hard to describe. I mean, it's
hacienda style. There's a central garden, and around the garden are all the different rooms. None of the rooms are connected.
No.
So you have to exit the room to go into another room by going into the garden and back into the other room. It's really cool. It takes a little getting used to. I don't mind it at all, with the exception for Mark. I don't care, frankly. But if you happen to need to go to the bathroom, there's 2 of them, and they're decent, nice bathrooms.
Yeah.
But you have to leave the bedroom, walk into the Jardine, cross it to get to the bathroom. And
I got no problem
if it's raining.
If it's dry. If it's raining, when you're doing the 3 a.m. walk to the toilet, you're just sort of going, let me just stay asleep and basically do my business, go back to bed, crawl back in bed, and go right back to sleep. Somehow when you step outside and you get hit with cold rain, you are no longer asleep. You are like, whoa. And so
that hasn't happened to me because I usually sleep through the night. I'm not quite like him.
The other thing that this place has is it has probably about 25 to 30 1 to 2 inch step differentials.
Oh yeah.
Just, I mean, from one room to the other, into the bathroom, it could be 2 inches, and it's just you sort of just and you put your foot down thinking that the floor is going to be there. Next thing you know, you're going, and so it's just with time, have it down. And now I know, don't go flat-footed. Go with the ball of my foot until it touches, and then put the weight down. So
yeah.
The
kitchen is not plumbed, so you have to take your dishes across the Jardine to the wet room to wash dishes. And that seems like a really, I don't know, weird kind of crazy thing to deal with. But honestly, I feel like we're glamping. And it's not horrible. They have really put some very nice quality appliances in the kitchen. The cookware is amazing. The cutlery is fantastic. The bed that we're sleeping in is so comfortable that he has actually slept through the night, which he hasn't done in ages.
Years.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's really good quality furniture. It's good cookware. It's good appliances. They were very thoughtful.
Yes.
In the way they laid this out.
And it's the first time we've done induction cooking.
Mm-hmm.
And wow, it's
impressive.
Yeah, we were sort of, since we hadn't done it, we had no clue. And we were like, whoa, this,
I think it's a combination of an impressive induction device and good cookware.
Good cookware. Yeah, I
cookware's
mean,
really good.
the type that you can just do this with your egg and it just goes and just flies around the pan, and you're like, this works.
I mean, this is a comfortable place. I think we're going to be really good here.
It just like any place else, it takes a while to get accustomed to it. And, and we've moved so much that every time we move, it takes a little bit of an adjustment to go, yes, we're doing this. Here's where the bathroom is. And, so.
And so we will be getting out a little more frequently now that I'm starting to feel better and we can start exploring Oaxaca properly. Of course, Independence Day is coming. And I don't know how populated it's going to get up to Centro. Probably pretty solid. Probably like Merida.
Well, I mean,
got to get out and do the grito. El grito.
Had a 30-minute conversation with our hostess yesterday about all sorts of things in Oaxaca. And yes, she speaks zero English,
but he held on well.
It was a 30-minute conversation with a lot of como se dice, but we were able to do it. So
he was able to do it. I was impressed. So I'm very impressed. Let's see. Sports. Knew this was coming. Yes. He's got his Panthers jersey on.
Well, I figured we were in first place.
So are the Steelers. We're in first place.
And so I figured this might be the only time I get to wear it all year with pride, going, we are at the top of our division.
Steeler Nation.
Yep. So, well, if in 2 weeks they are still at the top of their division, trust me, you'll be seeing this again. So.
Oh. Over there,
Frank and Mary.
Yeah. From Kingman, Arizona. What?
Oh. I was going to go back to sports bars around.
Sports bars.
One of our subscribers who just got done moving here to Mexico, missed us in Huatulco by 2 days. Yeah. We left on Saturday. He got there on Monday. And so he graciously was like, look, I wouldn't have been here without you guys. You guys have done this, that. And I'm like, Rick, that's what we're here for, to help each other. And that's what we do. And he went, I've got this thing on my TV called VCTV. He goes, and it's rocking. And he goes, I'm buying you guys one. I'm sending it to you. So it hadn't gotten here yet. But once it gets, I'll give everybody the review, because apparently in the reviews of it, it gets thousands of channels, all the sports, including pay-per-views, one-time price, and there's no monthly fees. So
let's talk about that for a minute. Well, do you know how many various types of expat TV services are out there now? And it's funny that these websites, they never tell you what channels they get. They say thousands, but they never tell you what they get.
This one did.
Well, that's good.
I actually went and saw.
That's good.
Yeah.
I am firmly a believer that every damn one of these services is pirating these streams.
Well, duh.
And I don't know. Maybe they're in the Philippines or something. I have no idea. But you just went through that whole Stream East thing.
The Stream East, I mean, that was my go-to last year for football.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was watching the NFL Red Zone. That's my favorite way of watching the NFL. And Stream East, pop that puppy up there, start at the beginning of the first kickoff, and away we went.
Yep.
And
they did Red Zone.
That's what I said. And 3 weeks ago, I think it was.
Yeah. FCC.
They got shut down.
Yep.
The Homeland Security went in and seized the domain. What was interesting is found out that Stream East had contingency plans for this, because they go, eventually this is going to happen. Somebody's going to shut us down. They have over 400 different domain names already registered. And so it took them a couple of weeks. They switched to a new domain name. And now they're back up and running. And apparently what their game plan is go, we have these. They know the speed of what happens inside the United States judicial system, that they have to put all the case together. They can't just go, They're doing it again. Well, no, this is a new case, so you have to file everything, put it, and so they're going. So we get 2 more years, and this happens again, and then we go to the next one.
More cat jam.
More cat jam.
I need more cat jam.
So
okay, where am I at on here now? Oh, Ricky says you need a pee bottle.
Chamber pot.
Chamber pot. No, I don't want to smell that while I'm asleep. Sorry.
Well, either that or I just step to the door and into the Hardin. I mean.
Oh goodness. Hola from Ajijic. Hola. Goodness. Go Panthers. Hola, Max.
After last year, all we're looking for is respectability. Do I honestly anticipate we're going to go to the playoffs? No.
But once a Steeler, always a Steeler.
I understand that. And you people don't understand that. When I moved to Pittsburgh, the Panthers had just been awarded the franchise.
Yeah.
And so, on my desk, I had this big Panthers mug. And I remember people in my office, when they come into my office,
this is Steeler country.
They go, so when are you going to change that out for a Steelers? I go, if you were living in Charlotte, would you give up your Steelers mug?
Nope.
And become a Panthers fan?
Nope.
Well, no. Hello?
I wouldn't even give up my WDVE mug.
I understand that. I was just going, you guys, you're rabid. Hello. I waited a long time for, the Carolinas to get their franchise. No, I'm not giving it up.
No.
No.
Steelers are not the worst.
Oh, no, I didn't say that. I just found it, but you guys are very loyal, but you only tend to see the loyalty in one way. Everybody should be a Steelers fan.
The Steelers fan worldwide, man.
I understand that. My nephew is one.
I know, that's weird.
Well, it's my nephew. Enough said. Love Matt to death.
Goodness,
but yeah.
Oh, goodness. Okay. Oh, let's see. So we probably are going to start venturing out, I would say this weekend maybe.
Yeah.
Start walking around Oaxaca and seeing a little bit more. So far, the only places we have walked is to the grocery store, the OXXO, and the lavanderia.
Which we just went to the lavanderia today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something hit me up really bad for 2 weeks, and boy, I was not good. I could eat something, and I was in the bathroom 3 or 4 hours later. It was just like that. So, and I lost 15 pounds. I guess that's nice. I just didn't want to lose it that way.
No.
And I don't want to gain it back as I'm starting to feel better. So.
No, and it's hard to beat. The Pink Panther. Both the comics and the movies. The cartoons and the movies. They were both great. Yeah. God love Blake Edwards.
Oh gosh.
Well, he's the one that did them all.
Oh, hola. Love watching and following your travels in Mexico. How long did it take to drive from Huatulco to Oaxaca? Well, it
would have been 4 hours.
Yeah, it should have been 4.
It really would have been. We had people tell us, it's 3.5 hours. And if I got a heavy foot, I could see doing it in 3:15 to 3, but it's a lot of from Huatulco to where you pick up the autopista in the carretera. It's through the mountains, and if you get stuck behind a bus or a truck or whatever, you're at their mercy, because there's really only maybe 2 places in that entire drive to pass people. And unfortunately, we did not have much of that. When we went to Zipolite, we had it, but when we did the move, we really didn't have that much slowing us down.
True.
But again, even though they've done a nice job with the road, it's fairly windy because you're climbing the mountain the whole time. Mm-hmm. And we really didn't have any place to be. We were right on schedule as far as leaving. So it was, I figured 4.5 hours, and it ended up taking us 5.
5.5.
Because
we got stuck.
We got stuck behind the bridge span that was going up there. And
yeah, they had traffic stopped in both directions for about an hour to move this piece of bridge because they're still technically working
Mhm.
on the road. Then they're working on overpasses and they're working on toll booths and things like that. So
Yeah, I'd say four to 4.5, depending
Mhm.
on how fast. I mean, you could do it in under 4 if you put your foot down.
hey, hey, hello to me.
You or
I
Gina? Oh,
know.
Gina
And it
Marie.
could be Gina Marie. That would be
That would
me.
be you.
Hello, Gina.
You and countless other
I
Italian
know.
descents of Gina Marie.
Uh-huh.
It reminds me of Goodfellas.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Max, I was coming to Oaxaca for Dia de los Muertos. I will have to live vicariously through you because I won't be there after all. Heading to Peru on Saturday. Peru sounds beautiful, though. Wow, that would be really
Machu
cool.
Picchu.
Yeah, I know. That
Yeah.
would be neat. That's like a bucket list place to go. So, but yeah, we purposely chose Oaxaca City for this time of the year for Dia de los Muertos. So I'm looking forward to that a
Well,
lot. I'm gonna get my face painted.
it was on the rotation. The only thing that got adjusted was we're not leaving until the weekend after.
Right,
Yeah.
right. But I want to get my face painted and do like the flowers in the hair thing, this all of that. I'm excited. So oh, you look great. Sorry for the tummy troubles. I still get a hold of something weird from time to time. Yeah, I got sick. Okay, we got invited to a dinner party,
Mm-hmm.
and it was kind of a last minute thing.
Thank you, Don and Lisa.
Yes, it was great. I mean, they have a lovely, lovely home. My goodness. And
that's an understatement.
what we discovered is that, yes, in La Crucecita, it is so stifling hot and miserable, and there's no air movement. But man, Don and Lisa have this beautiful house that overlooks the water, and they get the lovely breeze. It's got to be easily 10 degrees Fahrenheit or more.
I could deal with a lot of pain in a house like that.
Yeah, I mean, they have a stunning home.
Yes,
a stunning home and a beautiful view. And they had a couple of other guests over, and somebody brought some like a mix of fish seasoned for tacos, and we had various tacos and stuff. He doesn't eat seafood at all, but I did, and oops. So I thought maybe the seafood had made me sick, but nobody else at the party seemed to have gotten sick.
No.
So it's not that. It was more than likely something triggered my IBS. It could have been the stress of the move coming up, which is all likely a possibility there. But when that stuff hits me, when that IBS stuff hits me, it's pretty awful for a couple of weeks at least. It took almost a month for me to get better when we moved to Huatulco. And then I was good for a while. And then right before we left, I got really sick again. So
yeah, we really can't pin it down anything food wise because there was few things.
We eat the same stuff most of the time.
Well, unless you're getting something seafood,
right.
Yeah. I mean, you get seafood, you run your own.
I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It was not good. I lost 15 pounds. Oh my gosh. I wish I could lose it an easier way.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
It's just yuck.
So the next two are sort of the.
Yeah. Okay. How's the weather? All right. Weather.
And then the next one is. Hope you're experiencing cooler weather.
Yes. So, yeah. Okay. So the weather here.
We'll get two with one.
I'll get two with one, and I'll also highlight this.
Yeah.
Thank you for your response. Are you experiencing cooler weather in Oaxaca? Okay. So yes, we are. It's been maybe a high of, I don't know, 80 Fahrenheit. What is that in Celsius?
80, 85, 86 has been about the high.
30 something Celsius.
Yeah. I can tell you this. I get up at people who are retired look at me and sort of my own mom goes, really?
Yeah, I know.
I get up at between 5:30 and 6. And I've got a hoodie on.
He does. He sits out in the garden.
I mean, I'm out there on my computer in the garden having my morning cigar, and I've got a hoodie on. So it is really refreshing to be, end of August, beginning of September, and have a briskness. And it's not cold. Just got that just enough of a briskness in the air that you're going, all right, I need just a little something, putting on a pair of sweatpants instead of a pair of shorts. It's just.
Yeah. It's high peak season for mosquitoes here right now.
It's rainy season.
And it's rainy season, and dengue is a real big deal. So, we have the little mosquito coils that we burn, and we've got some DEET that we're using. But they haven't been too bad, to be fair. And I haven't seen a lot of them.
Other than one place.
In the bathroom. But I don't think those are mosquitoes.
No,
I think those are sewer flies or something.
No, those are mosquitoes.
Oh, well, they haven't been that bad. But the weather's been nice. It has not been hot, sweaty, miserably muggy, humid.
And when it rains, it rains.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we haven't gotten drizzles. No,
it's a heavy rain.
We get a heavy downpour that may last
an hour
and a half.
Yeah.
And it rains. And so, I'm sitting at the table out there looking up. And for some reason, it just coincides right with the start of the Braves game almost daily. So it's like, whatever.
Yeah. It's been cool at night, in the 60s at night. And we have no air and no heat here.
No.
We don't need it. So,
no, I mean, at night in bed, we have a fan on each side of the bed, and then we have a ceiling fan.
And the purpose of the fan is twofold. First of all, a little air movement so we can sleep a little better, but also to keep the mosquitoes off of us if they happen to be in the room.
And in every room, every room here has screen doors.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing that gets a little getting used to is, it's got the old-fashioned spring hinge on it, that you open it up, and if you don't gently let it back, the whole block knows that you just walked out because you get that slam. So, again, it's getting accustomed to, get up in the morning at 5:30. I don't want to wake her up, and I'm got my computer desk out there, and I put one foot in the door jamb so that when the door hits, it hits my foot and it bounces a couple times, and then I just pull my foot out so it closes.
We've got a bakery, a commercial bakery next door to us.
Oh, God.
And you can smell the bread baking every day, and sometimes some kind of treats. Like I could smell
We haven't been there yet, but it will occur because the aroma.
I mean, there was cinnamon something in the air the other night.
Well, and she can smell. I can't.
Oh,
and
yeah.
when I can smell good, it's like, that must be a strong aroma.
And there's a chocolate place close by, and I could smell that too. Good stuff. And then there's a lady with the chicken. I wanted to see what kind of mole she had.
Yeah, we were going to do that for dinner tonight, and then we walked to the lavanderia, then we walked to the OXO, and we're like, okay, we're going to go right by the lady barbecues these chickens. She's got two different styles out on the grill, and it's out on mesquite wood, and she's barbecuing them. And I've walked by it like 3 times now and been, oh man, this is to die for. I'm like, we're grabbing us some chicken.
We need some pollo tonight.
We walk by and she's not set up, and I'm going,
damn.
No chicken for us tonight.
Another day. No chicken for you. My understanding that in the United States, streaming services are exempt from cable laws, etc. Well, that is probably true, but these TV services that you can get, there's all different. I know at least 5 different ones that I've been hearing about lately, and I'm sure there's more. They are also allowing streaming of streaming services, which means that you don't have to have a membership for that streaming service. Like I looked up and saw that we spend about $850 a year on streaming services. Well, if this box that we're getting allows us to watch all the same shows, then we no longer have to pay.
That's correct.
For the streaming services. So something's not there's some like hanky stuff going on there.
one of the things that our subscriber informed me of is because it is an app, and it is not just streaming, that you are actually downloading an app, it no longer falls under the FCC. So I think that puts a little barrier in there, and they're trying to figure out who is the entity that would then go after them. If the FCC is incapable of doing it, who would be,
But how would you get Netflix and Hulu shows if you don't have Netflix and Hulu accounts?
they may pay for it
They
and
may-
stream it
They
all
may
over.
stream it, I guess.
I mean,
There's just something hinky about it. But I mean, I'm willing to try it out and just see. I can always go back and re-up if I need to.
and thank you, Rick.
Yes.
You
Yes. Elvis, every time I have a stressful day, I come to these videos of yours. Thank you for the dreams that I want to make come true. Oh, you're welcome.
we're doing it.
You
You
can,
can
too.
too.
You can do this for sure.
It's the best move we ever made. I mean,
That's true. That's true. Hola, Anna.
now, I mean, to be fair, are there days that
To
you
be
just
fair,
did you sort of just go, what are we doing here? I mean,
yeah,
that thought
we have this.
every once in a
thoughts.
while it creeps in your brain, and normally when it creeps in my brain is when I'm craving something that I can never find here, and that's
I don't know when that creeps in mine. It's not when I'm looking for something. I think it's when we're getting ready to move again.
oh well, that always
And I'm like,
that's not why we're here.
you
That's sort of a
we're halfway through all the places we wanted to go to, and we're feeling the aches and pains of moving as frequently as we do. So
end of age. I mean,
Yeah.
we were full of piss and vinegar when we were sitting on the couch in North Carolina and hadn't done this 13 times, and now all of a sudden, having done it, we're like,
Yep. There we
"Ooh."
go. Bathroom mosquitoes always get you in the end. I got one of those bug zapping wands and I take it with me to the bathroom and clear it all out first. Yep.
Clear what all? No, anyway, go next. I'm just gonna leave that where it's at.
Yes. Hi, Papa. We just settled into our chairs and joined in. Awesome. Good to have you here. Let's see. Greetings from LA. Oh, Mexico, Los Angeles, Mexico. Ooh, I gotta look up and see where that is. Where is Los?
That would probably be a Los.
Angeles.
I've been to the other Los Angeles. This would
I'm
be one
looking
I'd
it up
probably
right now.
return to.
I'm looking it up right now. Shame on me, because when I see that, I think of LA. Los Angeles, Mexico. Looking it up. Where you at, Maps?
She's happy because she's got her whole work.
Oh, I've got my workstation.
So-
I got triple monitors. Yes.
So if you catch me suddenly looking off other directions,
Right here.
oh, it's in Sonora.
There you go.
Okay. It's not because I'm doing the squirrel thing and I have a short, well, that's true too. But, it's because there's multiple things to look at.
Actually, there's a whole lot of them. There's one in Nuevo Leon.
Yeah, well, I mean,
there's one in Zacatecas.
we have to know which state.
Which Los Angeles is it?
In which state are you
Which
in?
state? And, whoops. Nismo Pro. What does this mean? This is special secret code language.
I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out PWD. See?
Power wheel drive?
Okay.
Hola, Gina, Mark. I hope you enjoy Oaxaca. I think we will. We just needed some time just to recuperate from the move.
I will say this.
It's a nice neighborhood.
It is. We're 15 minutes walk, 10 to 15 minute walk to Centro.
Yep.
Maybe a 15 to 20 minute walk to Benito Juarez Mercado. We also have a little Mercado that's about 4 or 5 blocks from us here.
Yep.
That's a real short walk. And
Oh yes. Okay. So yes, red spiral hen. Protect yourself from mosquito bites here. We've been in Oaxaca a year total now. All of August, I've been struggling with dengue. I am so
Not cool.
sorry. Not cool.
But the good news is you know it, so now you can get medicated. So that now we can get
Yeah,
back.
but
But the whole, I get that the whole, from what I understand, it's not a joking disease. It's
no, no,
it's a
no.
serious disease,
Yeah.
and B, it's one of those that just totally takes the energy.
Oh, it knocks you on your butt.
Yeah,
So
and so
Jose Luis had it right
yeah,
after we left Veracruz.
so yeah,
Yeah.
it's not something to play with.
Um, but we can wear long pants here, so that's helpful. And of course, I got the DEET spray, so I hit my ankles and my arms with that. And of course, we're really loaded up on the coils. They
Yeah.
don't like the coils.
Yeah,
And
because I mean, the hour of the day I get up, the sun's coming up, and when it's coming up, when it's going down, they are at their most active. So
worst.
I am always, first thing I do before I do anything else, I go out and I light the coil,
Yep.
and it's out there burning before I even, and then we have the bug zapper that's hanging about, I don't
Of
know,
course.
8 to 10.
Bug zapper doesn't really attract them though, but it was worth having just to have it.
It gives us a nightlight to,
Weeks before I get my strength back. Goodness. Oh man. It's supposed to hit you harder after age 60. I believe that.
doesn't everything.
Yeah. Well, because your immune system is on a decline.
Well, and then you have some of us who are immune depressed to begin with, and
some of us are hyperactive too. Like when I got bit up in Zipolite by a gazillion freaking sandflies, I had a major overreaction, and everything itched, even if I didn't have a bite.
Oh,
I mean,
God,
my whole body itched. The soles of my feet were itching. I mean, I had a major overhistamine response over that, and I mean, hey, for all I know, maybe that's what caused me.
it could have been.
IBS is one of those things. Well, kind of like the fibromyalgia, you get flare-ups, and certain types of stresses will cause a flare-up. So maybe that's what that was.
That could have been.
Who knows?
Could have been the stress of seeing all the sausage in Zipolite. I mean, just saying.
Stress. No.
No, I know that.
No. LA, California used to belong to Mexico. Oh, bad joke. Well, that's true. That's true.
And then before that, it belonged to whatever Indian tribe. I mean,
it belonged to Mexico. But there, I just looked on the map. I'm surprised at how many LAs there are.
There's
incredible.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Okay, so you are from, I'm going to try to say this, Tlacolula, Oaxaca. And now I'm going to look that up. Tlacolula.
No, I agree, Red Spiral. No bueno. That's not something anybody. Oh, there's no meds for it? I mean, nothing.
You can get a immunization for it before you get it, but I don't know.
No, it's sort of one of those, once you get it, you just have to tough through it.
Oh, wow. Wow, Feo, that's a very mountainous region. I'm looking at it, and it's like...
Oaxaca is a very mountainous.
Yeah, but that's very mountainous. Wow.
Where are we at?
We are down here.
Okay.
So
we'll go buy it on our way when we go to Pueblo.
Yeah,
almost.
we're going to be going north.
Except we're not going to take that road on top of the mountain.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Wow. That's just a really cool map to look at on Google. No bueno on the dengue, and no meds for it. Oh gosh, what? And you had a milder type. Oh goodness. So
that almost makes me think every year we should probably just get an immunization.
I mean, we have to start looking into it. Like I've heard like the first time you get it, you might not even realize you had it, or it's just really, really, really mild. But then subsequent infections that follow that could be worse.
They build and
it could be life-threatening. So, that
might be something
we need to look into.
Hola, Cindy.
Hi, Cindy. How you doing? Let's see. Anna, my Mexican friend's daughter got dengue in Cancun. At the hospital, she was told that every time you get it, it gets worse. Yes, that's what I'm hearing too.
Okay, that sort of answers the question as to whether we should get that
Yeah,
immunization.
we should start.
It's sort of
looking
like
into
doing the
those.
flu shot.
I something tells me though it's expensive. I don't know.
So is death.
No, I know.
Yeah,
I'm just I know. I think it was an expensive immunization when I last looked it up, but that was a couple years ago, and of course we didn't know hardly anything about anything a couple years ago, so probably find out
the
more
longer
now.
we're, that's a true statement. The longer we're in
Yeah.
Mexico, the more we thought we knew keeps getting smaller versus what we still need to learn. I mean, it's just,
Wait, what? My check engine light is coming on. I'm rebuilding this transmission. For real?
ouch.
Wow. Check engine. You know how you solve that, right? You just put a piece of duct tape over that.
Ours came on here. And a lot of times, I mean, like most of the time that comes on in our Kia,
The gas cap.
it's normally has
Sometimes.
something to do with the gas supply system. Could be the cap's not on all the way, or it got some air in it or something. But yeah, it when you're relying on that vehicle to get us around, it's like, no, we don't like that.
Yeah, okay, so as long as it's licensed before downloaded, that would be we're talking again
About the VC, yeah.
about the various streaming services that you can see the programming on. I mean, like I said, I'm spending about $850 a year, literally, on all the different types of streaming services that we have. And do we need them all? No.
And in looking at the VC unit, there were, I think there's 4. I think there's a 2 and a 3 and a 2 Pro and a 3 Pro. Whatever.
Yeah.
And the one that Rick is sending us was the 2 Pro, and it's, if you find a discount coupon or something like that at Amazon, if they have a flash sale, whatever, it's under $300. But that's a one-time and no monthly, And so
I was just curious because I'm vested in certain types of series on different streaming services, and most of them tend to be available. And I'm like, I could not watch those unless I actually had an account to access them.
we're gonna find out.
So we're going to find out.
Yep.
We'll see what that's
But
like.
From my point of view, I'm sitting here going, gets all the Bally, which means I get all my hurricanes and I get all my breaks.
Zipolite, that is a nude beach.
Uh-huh.
Oh boy, yes it was.
Yep.
Although, to be fair, I would say 75% of the people had clothes on, and it was
when we were there off season.
When we were there,
yeah,
and it was mostly Mexican vacationers and families. And if we saw nude people, it would usually be a man or a boy. Very rare we would see a topless woman. Even more rare was a completely nude woman.
And only once did we see a couple where, my age, retired.
Yeah.
He was wearing his board shorts and she was nude.
It is
whatever.
Very,
I had no problem. It was like
it's a gay sausage mostly. Yeah. It's very gay friendly. Or I should say very LGBTIQ plus.
Whatever all the letters are. If we left somebody
friendly.
out. No.
And we saw a lot of male couples. And I think I saw one female couple.
Whatever. Everybody was very relaxed.
Yeah, very relaxed.
It was,
nobody was gawking, nobody was being weird.
Nope.
I mean,
it worked for everybody. Everybody was basically going, hey, if that floats your boat and you guys are happy, that's all that matters.
Yeah, I mean, and our pool was clothing optional, obviously, and we kind of.
I'm glad, otherwise I'd have been kicked out of the hotel.
We kind of did clothing optional, but I kind of wanted to go down into the water and do the clothing optional thing, but honestly, it's rough waters there, guys. It's not really for swimming. You could play
Oh no,
waist high, maybe, you know.
and the problem with that is there's not really a waist high. You have about a shelf of about, I don't know, 5 feet, and then it dips.
Well, it depends on where you were.
I know, but I mean, but if you got pushed off just a little bit and you strolled out, it went from, waist deep to over your head in 2 steps. So,
okay, let's see. If you get a chance, try. Oh gosh, let me say this. I'm going to say this right.
I'll let you do it.
Guelaguetza restaurant has delicious mole and mezcal. I'm really looking forward to
that's
both.
That's a
yes
check.
The only type of mole I have ever had is the dark mole that has the chocolate in it, and I know that this is the land of the moles, so I want to try all the moles
at Fruity, the restaurant Fruity in Dolores Hidalgo.
Yes. But I do want to try all
anybody
the moles.
going to Dolores Hidalgo, that's a very good restaurant.
It is. And mezcal, I just like mezcal anyway. I'll have straight shot mezcal or just have it a mezcalita or something. Yeah, he's a beer guy or a tequila guy. He doesn't like the mezcal. He doesn't like the smokiness. Oh, but I had a mezcal carajillo.
Mm-hmm.
It was really quite good. I typically just like a normal carajillo.
Hey, I heard about the fact that, what do you mean you don't like the smokiness? My dad was a Scotch drinker, and forever he was like, "You're not a real man until you drink Scotch."
Oh Lord.
Okay, I'll sit at the junior table.
Nope, immunization until you've had it. Really?
Oh, okay.
Gosh, I thought there was some kind of like shot you could get like annually. Oh no. Okay, that really stinks. So you got to get sick?
Well, yeah, but if it comes out mild, I think what a lot of people, like you mentioned before, a lot of people when they get it the first time, they get a little rundown and go, okay, I'm a little tired.
Yeah, but subsequent is worse.
I know, but you don't know that you had the first one. So hopefully, and somebody may be able to answer us this.
Okay.
Is there a test that can be run that would let you know if you had dengue before?
Oh no, I'll look.
I knew you would, because being the scientist you are, you'd be going, all right, hold on. I got to know everything about dengue now.
Lab scientist. I'll see what kind of tests are out there.
Not only is she
PCR.
A lab scientist, she has an unquenchable thirst. And once something gets into her brain, she just goes.
I know. I'm like,
next thing you know,
I'm OCD about it.
She'd be out there going, "Did you know? Did you know? Did you know?" It's like, no, I did not. I don't have to, because I know that you're going to find out and you're going to let me know.
My problem is I'll make this list of things I want to look up, and then I run out of time and forget about it. And then days and days and days later, weeks later, I still haven't looked it up yet. And then I'm like, oh, I wanted to look that up. And it happens. I get really busy. I don't know if you guys know this. I'm a freaking workaholic.
Even when she doesn't have a job.
Even when I don't have a job, I'm a workaholic.
Which, okay, we're going to put this out there right now. Sorry there was not a video last weekend. 2 things occurred. Number one, she got hit with the illness in the move and and she was, when she put the post out there on Saturday that she hoped it was going to be ready on Sunday, she opened it up on Saturday and everything she had done was not saved. It basically went.
It didn't save any of my changes. And the thing is I have it to automatically save every 20 minutes. Like it's supposed to save every 20 minutes, and it didn't. For whatever reason, I don't know.
She was not happy.
No,
happy.
I had to start over. And you know what? It's fine. It's fine. I've got to learn to be a little more forgiving of myself. It's not always hard to do.
And all the computers, because it happens.
I'm a perfectionist, and I'm juggling a lot of things right now. I got my LLC
Mm-hmm.
so that I can try to get corporate contracts. I didn't know if that was going to help or not because yet another one has fallen through. And so at the end of this month, I would have not worked for a full year. So I'm doing whatever I can to try to
Jump on something.
something. Yeah.
Yep.
And then I'm working on building up my website for Gina's drawings, redesigning that and relaunching that. And then working on the videos. There was something else. See, like I have all these things in my head and I can't remember everything I'm working on all the time. There was something else. I don't know.
Oh.
Anyway, I'm busy. I'm busy even when I don't have anything to be busy with. I'm so busy.
Oh, Lena.
Hi, Lena. Hola. Thanks for joining tonight.
And hola, Sleepy Joe.
And Sleepy Joe. I like that name. Guys, signing in from Zipata. Zipata. We know where that is. They had one of the best co-work spaces I think I've ever seen. It was really good. Good internet speeds, nice and clean.
Yeah,
quiet.
you actually did a job interview.
I did a job interview from there.
During the World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
During a Mexico game in the World Cup.
Yeah.
And next door to where that workspace was in Zibata was a sports bar. And they were piled outside.
Yeah.
Watching the game. So
let's see. Back to the dengue. Yep, it was milder. Okay. And 4 kinds. Kind of reminds me of.
Sort of sounds like the flu.
Well, malaria is kind of like that too. Although I got to look and see if dengue is a virus or a parasite. I got to look it up. I can't remember right now.
Guys, in 2 weeks,
I'll get it figured out. I'll get it figured out. My body. Working on the transmission.
Okay.
Hey. Hola, Jim. Good to see you too.
Yes.
Home comforts. Oh, I need some home comfort right now. You were talking about our bodies as we are getting older. Yes, it's true. Oh goodness. Hey, Theo, where are you originally from? My brother is Dr. Felipe Lopez Hernandez from UCLA. Wrote a Zapotec what is that? Wrote a Zapotec DE. I don't know what the DII is, but I'm originally from the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area. Mark is kind of been all over.
How do you describe that? I mean,
his family traveled a lot when he was a kid, but he spent a lot of time growing up in Charlotte.
That's what I call home. I mean, but I went to school, kindergarten in Michigan, first and second grade in Georgia, then Shelby, North Carolina, then Greenwood, Mississippi, then Roswell, New Mexico. Yes, I was not abducted by a UFO, though some people would still wonder if that's not the case.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I know, see? Then back to Charlotte. So, because Shelby is just outside. So, I call Charlotte home.
I lived in 17 different homes by the time I graduated high school. And I went to.
We could be here a while, folks.
6 different school districts. So you just.
No, I know.
He moved further distances. But anyway, I'm from the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area. And then we were living in Asheville, North Carolina area when we decided to move to Mexico.
Now Max, I get what Max is saying. The body's check engine light.
Body's check engine light. Oh, I see. Okay.
We're slow.
When you were on Riviera Maya, did you visit Xcaret Parks?
No.
And there's a really good reason for that. And I wanted to. I actually wanted to go to Shenses. That was a big bucket list place for me. When we were staying in Playa Car. It was the most expensive place that we've stayed, and that was because it was a last-minute Airbnb during a peak travel season immediately following a major holiday, and there was very little left, and it was literally a last minute 24-hour reservation that we made because we had driven all the way across the peninsula to Campeche and had an uninhabitable Airbnb, and we couldn't stay.
See above. No, there's a video on it.
So we traveled. We reached out to every Airbnb host that we had previously talked to. We reached out to facilitators that we had worked with. We just everybody we could reach out to. We looked all over Airbnb, Verbo, etc., looking for another place to supplement this place in Campeche. And the best we could come up with was a place we really didn't want to be.
We had basically two options. One was spend an astronomical amount of money, and the only reason that they were available for 7 weeks was because they were so expensive. I mean, we're talking, $6,000-7,000 a month.
Yeah.
And we're like, well, no wonder you have availability, because what you're asking is
insane.
Nice places, but no. And even the one in Playa Car was more. I mean, to this day, that's still the most expensive place.
Yeah.
And it was not a big place. It was, but
And,
Fanny, to her credit, the roof and
was
everything
nice.
else,
It was a nice
very
place.
nicely done place. But yeah,
it was market priced for the area where it was. It was within,
and it was in Playa Car, which
Yeah.
which immediately adds 25 to 30% over top of PDC
so
just by being in Playa Car.
at that point, I hadn't worked for 6 months. We're trying to watch our money. We're spending way more, almost double what we wanted to on the Airbnb. And I started looking up prices for Xcaret and Census and all these.
Well, and the other thing is Census was one of those that you were going to have a problem getting me to enjoy. That would have been money that you would just basically have gone, we could have gone, here, let's light this on fire because I get vertigo. And
I just thought it was expensive for what it was.
I know, but for the two of us to spend the money, because I would not have enjoyed.
No, yeah, he wouldn't have liked it. We would have spent more money than we needed to at the time.
Yeah.
We really didn't spend any money when we stayed in Playa Car. And
other than where we stayed.
Do I want to go to Census? I really, really do. But, it would have been, we would have probably combined it with Xcaret as well. It would have been expensive. It bothers me when I go to a website for an amusement park and they offer financing for tickets.
Well, they do that. That's a commonplace thing here in Mexico.
I'm just kind of blown away. If it costs that much, and look, let's be honest, we are considered pretty rich considering that, we're living off US dollars and stuff. And so we've got the money.
Well, that leads right into the next comment.
Exactly. We're living on US dollars. And so we should have the money, but they're selling, the financing is being geared toward Mexican residents. My goodness. What, you got to,
well, if you spread it out over 12 months, but
that's expensive.
Of course, my take on that is if you can't afford to pay it all at once, then don't.
And I thought it was too much.
Yeah.
So come on, dollar to peso exchange rate. You are almost 20-1. NFL season starts tomorrow. Yeah,
yes.
We're almost 20-1. Yeah. Unfortunately, we just spent almost a year at about 15 to 16
16
to 1. So. Our buying power.
Hey, you can't change what happened.
No,
but
I'm just saying that our finances are.
I know, but it's, keep going back up and get a little bit more for it.
Let's see. I have to use a VPN to see a lot of stuff you get in the U.S. on Netflix and Amazon Prime. I do too.
I don't. It depends upon what you're attempting. Like,
it depends on what you're watching.
If I turn my VPN on to try and watch the Braves on, and this is I pay for this. I mean, we pay. I mean, it's $130 a year, $129.99, and I get the entire season of the Braves. But if I have a VPN on, I get told nope. So I turn the VPN off, and they go, there you go. Enjoy the game.
I could watch Netflix without the VPN, but then they only show you things that are available in Mexico. So if there are shows that I'm looking for, and there were a few, I have to turn the VPN on. Most of the time it works. Sometimes I have issues with some streaming services like Shutter, for example. I've had issues with, I want to say it's Peacock or maybe it's Paramount Plus. One of them with the VPN has given me issues. It's one of these things where some websites don't even want to work with a VPN anymore.
No, they
like
think
used to.
they just sort of look at it and go, "Well, you're trying to hide something."
Yeah, they don't like the IP address or something like that, and then you got to bounce around and find another IP address. I do like the ability though. If I want to watch something from BBC that I normally would not be able to see, I can just put that VPN on London or something.
Now,
Cool.
ESPN, they become a royal pain in my butt as far as the VPN goes, because sometimes it works and then sometimes it goes, we know you're in Mexico. Yes. We don't care if you're running the VPN. And I'm going, I'm in Phoenix, VPN wise. And it'll go, nope, you're in Mexico.
Yeah.
And it's like,
it knows sometimes, Rent dropped $250 due to the peso exchange.
There you go.
Good deal. And yes, I did get eaten up by sand flies. The very first night in Zipolite, I counted the next day. I had 50 bites alone.
Oh, God.
Just on this one arm. That's just this arm. I had some going up both my legs, but my arms were hit the hardest. And like I said, I had such a horrible histamine reaction that night that my entire body was itchy. My back was itchy. My feet, soles of my feet were itchy. Everything was just itchy. And,
they even got me, which normally they leave me alone. And we did find out one interesting tidbit by looking at one arm versus the other. If you hold the phone, the arm that you hold your phone in is going to be the one that's going to get eaten up.
Yep.
Because the light was attracting him, and it was like, wow, hold on. What?
CDC doesn't vaccinate against dengue over age 16. In Mexico, they vaccinate between 9 and 45. Oh, yeah, so we're out of luck. We're out of luck. Oh, well. Just let us.
I don't even know if I can remember 45.
Just let us get sick and die, I guess. We're going to die someday. And shot is kind of experimental and won't take it. Okay.
Yeah, we're not going to go down the experimental shot route discussions because,
I just read here about the immunization, and it's only for 9 to 16. Okay.
Hey, those are the people,
Hey.
If you're gonna take,
all right.
If you're gonna take care of somebody, let's be for real. Do you give it to the old farts, or you take care of the young? That's to me pretty easy.
Check that out. Studied epidemiology in grad school for public health. That is awesome. So you and I are kind of on the same page in a lot of ways, because I did pre-med, and I became a lab scientist, and I have my degree now in clinical lab science. And I was a lab tech for 25 years, and I became a supervisor over micro and chemistry, urines, and hematology. No, not chemistry. That was Diane. Hematology, coag, urines, micro. I don't even know what else. It was like we split the lab in half. Diane got the blood bank and the chemistry. And then I decided to go into IT. And so I've been doing IT for the last almost 9 years. So, hey, if you happen to know anybody who needs a consultant, a medical writer, I can do technical writing and QA and all kinds of good stuff like that. Yeah. But I'm based on Cerner. So, all right. Immunization after a cured infection leaves you open to pathogenic priming. In turn, you could have life-threatening reaction to immunization. Yeah.
What she said. Well, I mean, when it comes to that, I totally rely on you to go.
Yeah.
You're the scientist. Yeah. So.
I mean, I tend to go with natural immunity if I can. I'm not an anti-vaxxer. There's certain things that
people who, in my opinion, who go, I'm not going to get the measles vaccination. we eradicated the disease for almost 50 years, or longer. And now
but there's an uptick on it right now
because there's an uptick on people who are going, I don't want to take the
vaccine.
But
anyway, I try to lean toward natural immunity if at all possible, because I've had reactions, even to an annual flu shot. I've had reactions. So
yeah, I mean, I'm of the age that when they used to line us up in the hall and then they had that air gun and we all just got whatever.
Yeah, I don't have that. I don't have a smallpox scar.
No, we were that. Line them up, boom, boom, and you did it.
I think they stopped that like the year before I started. Business has been slow all around. Feels like everyone is holding their breath for the economic collapse as I'm predicting after elections. I think you're on that.
That is exactly what everybody wants to see. What's going to happen in November, because then they can go. And it happens every 4 years. I mean, but it's always been that way. It's one of the reasons that the dollar is rising against the peso is because of the upcoming election. And when you have a outcome that is not written in stone, such as we have right now, where it's either one could win. Really, it made a difference as to which way was up and which way was down.
Yes.
Okay. I was in the middle of a flow of thought here, and you just flipped my doily over. But every time they do this, and it's up for grabs, that puts people on a nervous Nelly sort of, and puts the market there. But it also strengthens the dollar.
I think it's fair to that's a fair assessment, and what you're both saying is correct too. But see, I work predominantly with electronic medical records that are run by Cerner, which is now Oracle Cerner or Oracle Health. Either way, I'm a Cerner analyst, and Epic has been around for, I think I first encountered Epic about 15 years ago. And Epic has really taken the lion's share of the EMR clients. Epic has about a 46% hold on EMR clients, whereas Cerner's down to around 26, 27%. And I think Cerner's their biggest competitor, but Epic is almost double what Cerner has right now. So, and the thing with Epic, and I've used Epic too, but I'm not an analyst with Epic. Epic analysts have to be certified. And in order to get certified, you have to go to school in Wisconsin and you get your certification through Epic. It's how they control, their analysts and everything. So the only way to do that is if your employer sponsors you and sends you. If your consulting company that you might work for or through sends you and sponsors you, or maybe if you get hired by Epic. Well, to get hired by Epic would mean to work in Wisconsin. So I probably will never get certified by Epic. I would love.
Hell no, because I ain't moving to Wisconsin.
I would love.
Mexico, Wisconsin.
I can do both laboratory and radiology modules with Cerner. In Epic, that would be Radiant and Beaker. And I would love to be certified in either one of those, but that's just not going to happen. So I have to rely on Cerner. So not only is the market share smaller, but we've got all this economic stuff happening right now too. And so when a position comes up, I get like 9 different recruiters that are calling me. And I have to sign one right to represent. And if that recruiter's company doesn't get the contract,
and these are hospital administrators, which they are notorious for putting on a timeline that they go, we want to do this by this date.
Oh, yeah, and they push it back.
And hospitals just, these people are doctors for a reason. They don't tend to hire business people to herd the cats and go, if we're going to put a date out there, let's have it be a realistic date and have somebody who's going to drive it suddenly,
You mean a project manager?
yes, and suddenly it's squirrel. Oh God, we got to take care of this. We're going to push this off by 2 months. I mean, and that just
That happens a lot.
That's the nature of the healthcare industry. It just
yes.
In being married as long as we have and seeing what they go, it's just constantly like,
Oh, it's a virus. Thank you. I was going to look it up. I couldn't remember if it was a virus or a parasite. But okay, dengue virus. And I should have known that.
no.
Remember, I did that paper on Zika.
Yes.
Yeah.
And yes, you are welcome, Feo.
Oh. Yeah.
I don't know
Sorry, I must have skipped it. Sorry.
Oh, great wisdom and
He imparted great wisdom.
could have been you.
Could have been me. I don't typically have a lot of wisdom. Hey, Guadalupe, we know that shot is experimental. Big no.
Uh-huh.
Okay. No, I prefer something that's had some studies done. Long-term effects.
Especially when my long term is not as long term as it used to be.
Yes. Oh, 2023. Okay. Okay. Whoa. Stop doing these things.
No, what are you doing?
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm clicking buttons. I can watch Netflix without a VPN, but not Amazon.
Some things have no problem. I have others that go.
Well, I got Amazon Prime from Mexico anyway, so I would have to watch the ones in Mexico. I wouldn't need my VPN, but yeah, I just didn't want to. No. I'm
Okay.
good, thank you. I didn't want to have to pay for double Amazons, so I let the U.S. Amazon go.
And besides that, we like the free shipping here in Mexico because we use Amazon Prime.
My Surfshark will not let me watch Amazon Prime.
Right.
You know what, Anna? I'm noticing that there have been more and more issues with certain websites with my Surfshark, and I think it was Nord that bought Surfshark. So I don't know if there's changes coming, but it's to the point now where
I think the changes, honestly, are on the providers' end. They have figured out how to be smarter about noticing and recognizing VPNs, and they're anti-VPN. And so the game is it's whack-a-mole is what it is. You got the VPNs over here who are trying to provide you a way of getting around this, and you have the providers who are trying to protect their content, and somebody's trying to protect their job going, I have to validate why I'm doing this. And so they're trying to figure out better and better ways of identifying invalid IP addresses that are coming through the VPNs. And so it's that.
All I know is I've got banking and credit cards that the VPN won't let me access. I got to turn off the VPN to access them. And then they go through the two-factor authentication, which is perfectly fine with me. Send me a text to my phone. I don't care. But it annoys me that I've got this VPN that I'm using on purpose for a reason, and you're telling me I have to turn it off or you won't even let me access the site. And it's not just that. There's other sites too.
And part of you goes, you know what? I'm mad at my VPN provider, which is Surfshark here. When it's not really their problem, they're playing the game of one-upping each other.
Yeah.
And to be honest, Surfshark has done a pretty good job. I mean, I've really only gotten annoyed a couple of times where it has just bit me in the butt and where I've been like, I can't do this. And it was because of the VPN. But most of the time, once you start to learn this site, turn it off. This site, turn it on. And one of the things I think that a lot of the VPN providers are working on now is you're going to be able to put in the sites that have issues with VPN, a la MLB. And they're going to be able to exclude them outside. So you can run your VPN for everybody else, but not on this site.
Kind of like a firewall.
Bingo. Yeah.
No, Lena, we have not tried Expat TV, but Denise in Merida, she has it or had it. I think she might have recently switched to something else. I'm not real sure. It had a lot of channels.
Yeah.
A lot. I personally asked her to look up all of my favorite shows. I gave her a list.
And everything you asked for.
Everything I asked for was available on Expat TV, which was the first inkling that I had that something doesn't seem quite
Well,
kosher.
and we were honestly going to try expat TV when we got to Querétaro
Hmm.
until
Yeah.
Rick blew us out of the water and was like, "You got a VC TV box coming your way," and it was like,
Yay. Yay.
you know,
Hey, all right, Youngstown, an hour from Pittsburgh. Most beautiful time of the year here. That's right.
home of the Penguins.
Penguins.
Youngstown State
Oh,
is called the Penguins.
sorry, no. I'm doing Pittsburgh.
I'm trying to relate here.
I know. Awesome. You know what? I actually always loved driving into Pittsburgh. For a while, I even worked at Allegheny General Hospital in their chemistry department. And one of my favorite things to do was, and it always is when I head out, if I were to head out to like Moon Township, coming in through the Liberty Tubes, and when you first come in and you get this gorgeous view with the point, this is like one of my favorite things to see when I was coming into Pittsburgh. But most of the time, I lived east of Pittsburgh, so I would take the Parkway East and come in through Squirrel Hill tunnels.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, I would often get stuck in traffic because they would do all their maintenance work at night, which makes sense. And then I would end up, being late for work because I got stuck in, all that traffic gets funneled down into one lane, and what a mess. And then in the mornings, going back home, I'd have to do that zigzag across the Fort Duquesne Bridge. that was a nightmare. I got good at it though.
Got to get on one side and got to get off on the other, and
yeah,
got to get all the way across.
Yes, do we miss the Four Seasons? Oh, I'm so happy you asked. A little bit. What I miss, my favorite time of the year is fall or autumn, frankly. I like spring when flowers start to grow and you can start doing some gardening and stuff, but gardening doesn't really take off until like late spring, early summer. But other than that, definitely fall and autumn. And my favorite, Halloween is my favorite holiday. And we used to decorate. Like I was big on doing the projected movies.
We were that house.
We were that house. We were the house that everybody would come see because what did I have up this year? Yeah. Animatronics in the yard. I love Halloween so much. And I would scare all the little kids, unfortunately. I like the spooky Halloween, so all the little kids would be crying in the street and wouldn't come up to us. And I'd have to go out and give them their candy.
No.
I like winter.
No.
I like winter when it is fun, fluffy snow that you can make snowmen with. But unfortunately, for years now, most of the time, winter was dry, dusty, bitter, cold, or sleet. And it hasn't been fun. It wasn't fun. He doesn't like winter, but he didn't grow up with it. See?
All I have to do is think back to when we left Kansas City, and I'm packing that roof bag.
Oh, that was it was -4.
And it was 4 below zero.
Yeah.
And my fingers were telling me,
no,
I ain't doing this. And I'm trying to cinch the strap.
Yeah, but that's not Pennsylvania winter. That's Kansas City winter.
It doesn't say, do you miss the 4 Pennsylvania seasons? It says, do you miss the 4 seasons? No. That's do I like the spring and autumn as far as having a chance to have a little bit of a cool down? Yes. But 4 below? Hell no. No.
Yeah, well. Hi, Thomas. Is it realistic to eat out 3 times a day eating street food for $15 daily? You could.
Yes.
You could. Absolutely.
I'm thinking to Huatuco. If you went to La Paredos, the taqueria
that was
right across the street, the 3 tacos barbacoa for dinner were 30 pesos
each.
No,
No,
30 pesos for 3.
Oh,
So yeah, depending upon where you got your your food, yeah, you could do that.
Okay, so my tacos, I recall, were 90 pesos. And if you were to eat those
Well, you
three,
had camarones.
yeah, so I had shrimp or seafood tacos, so 90 pesos. And if you were getting, let's say, 19 pesos to a dollar, that is $4.73. And you can leave them a five, cover your tip.
The hard part, the part that's going to stretch it is the drinks.
Alcohol.
No, I'm talking about just. I mean, like
Just oh, yeah.
a refresco at Los Potreros cost as much as my dinner. I mean, it's 30 pesos for the three tacos, and it was 35 pesos for the refresco.
But I mean, if you were going to eat street food, like, but that was a sit-down restaurant, although it was a very simple one. But if it was a street food, you were just getting 30 peso.
It'd be close. I mean, $15 to $20. I think that's.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's
doable.
It's doable. Now, would you realistically do that every day?
Oh, I could.
I
mean,
know.
yeah, I'm the person that I can eat the same thing over and over. Thank you, Mom. I appreciate that.
Well, and I typically don't even eat 3 times a day. I'll eat like twice a day.
True.
So, yeah, I think you could do it. We just don't always do it. we actually cook at home quite a bit. So, okay. I've been taking American Way's 1934 Nutrilite vitamins. Okay. Let's see here. Brix is 100% false. Ooh, what is Brix? BRICS.
I could probably come up with an analogy, but they probably wouldn't like that.
I don't know. Okay, Doug, do you have a Mexican bank account? No, we do not. We have an account with BBVA. I can't talk. And would like to transfer money from the U.S. where we are now to that account, but aren't sure how to best do it. Okay, so since you do have a Mexican bank account, you should have a clave, CLABE, and that clave is your ticket if you were to try to transfer through a money transfer service. For example, we use Wise when we want to transfer money to a friend. If you want to transfer money to an account, like Mark went to an audiologist to get hearing aids, we transferred straight to them. So with Wise, we take the money from our U.S. account, send it over to Wise, convert it to pesos, and then we use the clave to send those pesos directly to the account holder in Mexico. And they usually have it within a few minutes, although recently Wise was having some issues, and for some people it was taking a whole day, 2 days, 3 days to get the money to come through. I think they've resolved that, and that's probably the first time that that's happened since we've had it. We've had it almost 3 years. So that is a way you could do it. Otherwise, I wouldn't know much about the wire transfers between U.S. and Mexican banks. If anybody can speak to that, please speak up and help Doug out here. But immediately, that's what I would think. Since you have an account, you have a clave number. And with that clave number, you can have funds transferred straight into your account using that number. Let's see here. I have 3 proposals out. One was for over 10K. I'm hating this. Nothing but tumbleweeds right now. These are vacation rental businesses. Yeah. Yes, and malaria is a parasite. Yeah. And I'm trying to remember how many there are. I think there's 5. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've looked at malaria under a scope. That's what happens when you leave the actual lab world and go into IT world. Okay.
Hola, Terry.
All right, Terry. Good evening. Lisa and I sold our house in 2 days. Oh my goodness. Dang. Good. Congratulations. We have our consulate meeting this Saturday. We fly out January 14th for our next chapter. So cool. Congratulations, guys. That is
excited
awesome.
That you are finally going to get to
yes. Be here. Anna, can you tell me about Expat TV? And Gina, how do you watch the BBC in Mexico? Well, Well, okay, so first, Expat TV is a box. Like a lot of these services, they sell you a box. You buy the box. Some of the services outright, once you have the box, you're done paying them. Some of the services, once you have the box, you pay them a nominal monthly fee, like $10 a month or something like that. And so basically, the assumption is that they're all kind of working the same way. This box, you download apps, and the apps give you access to various streaming services, literally thousands of channels, sports, and all these other things. I kind of feel that there's got to be something hinky about the way they're doing it, but you know what? As long as it works, I'll use it. Otherwise, I'm paying for those streaming services individually, and that adds up to, for us, for example, to about $850 a year. So
about $60, $70 a month. So.
Yeah, so it'll save us some money that way. And how I watch the BBC in Mexico. Well, I would have to basically be watching BBC online. So whatever they show online, and if it's available without charge in England, then I just change my VPN, saying that I'm in London or Swansea or wherever I want to be in England.
So basically, if it's free over the air or over the web streaming service that they offer to all of England, she basically superimposes herself into England someplace and then catches the feed.
Because sometimes what they'll do is they'll broadcast stuff, and then if you're not in the country, they'll say that it's not available in your region, and so then I just switch over to their region and I watch it. And the last time I did that, it was one of the Queen events, like a Jubilee or something. It was her last big hurrah before she passed away. And I wanted to watch some of the pomp and circumstance and all that jazz. And it was blocked outside of that country. So I just hopped myself over to London town and I watched some of it that way. So that's how I do that. And Amazon Prime expires December. I will be letting it go too. And you know what? It's less expensive for Amazon Prime Mexico. So once you're in Mexico, if you want to kick that back up, it will still save you on shipping fees in Mexico.
Well, here's the other thing. If you're still on the other side of the border and you're coming on this side of the border, you don't need to be buying stuff to go back into the house, because that's stuff that you're going to have to either get rid of or carry across the border.
Right. So now that we're in Mexico, we use Amazon Prime to get things. What?
Nothing. It seems like it's almost a daily event that the doorbell's ringing.
Well, we're done. I mean, we ordered some things.
Yeah, I'm just joking.
We have a hard time getting sometimes. Like for instance, I literally just ordered buttermilk powder.
Now,
I'm gonna make buttermilk things.
All right. Okay. Full disclaimer here. Last time we were complaining about the taco seasoning, and some of you guys came across and gave us a recipe and went, you know what? Try this. Thumbs up.
Who knew the magic secret ingredient to a good taco is cumin? Incredible. It made great tacos.
It was spot on, and goodbye salt. So
so it was really delicious.
Thank you. That was.
But sometimes there's just certain things we're having a hard time finding. Like, believe it or not, kidney beans. Not a thing here. Who knew?
Wait.
And sometimes the stores have them, sometimes they don't. But I can get Lysol wipes on Amazon Prime. I can get or Amazon Mexico. I can get the little Clorox toilet bowl cleaner things.
There's a lot of things that we can find on Amazon Mexico that we would go, ooh, this would be,
Oh yeah.
But then you look at it and you go,
no.
Oh, hell no.
We're not spending.
I'm not spending $10 a box
on Zatarain's dirty rice. No.
We love our dirty rice. And that prompted Gina, after you guys gave her the taco seasoning, she's like, hold on. We can make this.
We're going to make our own dirty rice.
So, because I
got stuff.
Take a
ranch dressing. You can make my own ranch dressing. Yeah. I mean,
pound of ground beef and some wild rice or dirty rice, and we're like, yeah.
here we go. We are curious if the Fire Stick will work in Mexico.
Yes.
Terry, I have one, but we haven't used it.
I'm not answering for us. Yes.
Oh,
Annie, Vet, and Arlene have been running the Fire Stick.
yes, they have.
And they're getting everything.
Yes.
I mean, matter of fact, they had an extra one, and they were like, when you get to Querétaro, we're going to give you one of the, give you our extra one. We're going to pre-program it and da-da-da-da. So, yes, I can tell you, the girls do not miss their UFC fights. They love their fights, and they're getting them down there for free, from what I understand. So,
okay. I mean, and I brought our Fire Stick with us, and we have yet to use it even one time.
We got that. We got the Google Chromecast, and we got all sorts. And now we got VCTV coming, and the problem is sometimes it goes, really, we're here so short. Is it worth setting up?
Okay, Mercado Merced is a little one we really like. Super good chilaquiles for breakfast there. I love chilaquiles.
I think that's the one that's around the corner and like $5.
Well, we have two good Mercados close to us. I think that's one of them.
I think that is.
He's close. And then Benito Juarez was recommended because I'm looking for kidney beans or something that's equivalent to that.
Benito Juarez.
Yeah. And let's see. I have a love-hate relationship with Surfshark. Yeah. I do watch Amazon Prime. Don't depend on it for security, though. No bueno. You know what? I don't really use it for security. I honestly just use it for being able to access U.S. content or whatever content I want. But I have noticed a decline in functionality with various sites. Like I said, credit card sites, some banking sites, some of the streaming sites. I'm having some issues as of late. And I don't know if it's, because of just the IP addresses being well known and being blocked by these other sites, or if it's something to do with the Nord thing. I don't know.
Oh.
Not sure. Got to find another alternative probably pretty soon, but I wasn't using it for the security. I mean, I've got my virus scan stuff, and that seems to be working all right. Oh my goodness. There's a demon within him.
Well,
grew up in San Diego at the beach and then lived in Oregon for 24 years. Oh, man. Anna, you couldn't get the Fire Stick to work in Mexico.
We are going to be calling our girls in Querétaro, Anna, and I'll check and see if they still are working Fire Stick. But the last time we talked to them about that, they were rocking on it because they were just like, we're getting everything. So it could be version. It could be, are they doing it with a VPN, without a VPN? There's lots of questions. Let us see if we can get you an answer on that.
If you stay here for Dia de los Muertos, it should get you your Halloweenish fix. Yes. Mm-hmm. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. I'm so excited. And easier to eat cheap in Oaxaca City area than Huatulco.
Oh,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
A lot of sense because Huatulco is so very, very tourist driven.
Yes.
With that area. Oh, here we go. Good answer. RICS is an intergovernmental organization comprising of Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, Iran, Egypt, Ethiopia, and United. Oh my goodness. That's a lot. I'm going to take notes of that.
That's a lot of people that international banking is not really fond of a lot of those people.
Okay, just watched a video of someone in Mexico City going to a very large, fancy taco stand. All varieties were 12 pesos. That one surprised me. Wow, Greg. That's cheap. Are they tiny? Are they the tiny tacos?
Well, that's similar to what we paid at Los Porreros. I mean, 3 tacos, 30 pesos. So
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
guess so. Mine were
and that
more.
was I know you had the camarones. I had the barbacoa. You know, the shrimp cost more. So
Ooh, and then I had the rib.
then you had the rib.
I had the rib one night, and they brought out not just the tacos, but the rest of the rib actually on the bone still. Let's just say I could only eat 2 of their tacos. If I tried to eat the third one, I would get so full I didn't feel well, so I'd have to like stop. So let's see. Um, Outside Mexican consulate in Orland, they had a Wells Fargo saying they worked in partnership with BBVA, then Vancouver.
That's I think that's similar to Bank of America and
Oh shoot! Give me a minute.
Scotiabank.
Scotia, yeah.
They have a partnership that they sort of have going on there
But
as
I
well.
still
And
think that there's problems though.
Of course,
doing
you know, when Bank of America told us to go pound sand after 20 years of doing banking with them because they wouldn't sign their own documents to go to the consulate with, that's when we went,
yeah.
yeah, bye. And one of the things we can say here, BBVA, we have stopped at a lot of different ATMs over the almost 2 years now. They give you the lowest exchange rate of any of the ATMs. We've reached the point where we go, no, we're not. If you're withdrawing from an American bank account, like we use Charles Schwab, we go out of our way to avoid doing BBVA because we can lose as much as 1 to 1.5 pesos per transaction or per dollar. And so it's like, no, we're better off going to Santander, Scotiabank, any of the others. So,
Will you be releasing Huatuco spreadsheet expense video? What was your favorite excursion and place to eat in Huatuco? We're working on it. I'm working on the Bahías de Huatuco video right now.
That answers your favorite excursion. I'm just saying that for me.
Okay.
That was
so we're doing the 9 bays. We did one of those boat tours. So that video I'm working on right now for this weekend. After that, we've got a video on Zipolite. And yes, I actually can show what I filmed at Zipolite.
She was very creative.
And let's see. And then after that, we have
one more, which will include the restaurants.
Huatuco Centro, basically, Zocalo restaurants, eating out, Omar, all of that.
Yeah. Favorite restaurant.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it'll be 4 weeks from now. That's
But I'm trying to answer the favorite restaurant that we had that we ate at.
If I'm going to be honest, it's going to be that taqueria.
Los Porreros is pretty hard to beat. I mean, it's
always packed.
It's packed with
always
locals.
Packed. My second favorite place to eat was Terracotta,
but that's a little more upscale.
It's a little more upscale,
and it's not. Well, what you got was more because you got a Oaxacan torta, so that was. But
and that was a half.
That was a half,
and I still couldn't finish it. I ate a quarter of it and took the rest back home.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd have to say Los Parados would be my favorite place to eat because that was. I mean, I had the rib tacos, I had the barbacoa we ate there a lot because literally it was right across. It was right across the street,
and it was very affordable,
and the food
fresh.
And they didn't play fair. The wind kept blowing the smell of their
every day
meat every day across the terrace, and it was just like, oh man, what are we eating? You got to ask. Okay, let's go. We will be. So about 4 weeks from now, it probably should be the wrap up with the
actual cost of living.
Yep.
I'm not sure where it's going to be. I haven't really looked at the numbers yet, so I'm not really. I can't say if I'm surprised or not, but that's when it'll be. So, favorite excursion would be the boat tour of the bays, and the reason that's a favorite is because they can take you to beaches that you can't access
Correct.
otherwise. And these beaches are pristine. It's like you're the first person that ever walked on the beach. You know you're not, but
But it feels that way.
yeah,
You pull up and they're in the stolen sight.
and it's
And I'm sure
amazing.
that's not the way it is in season, but being there in off season and you pull up and there's no boats, there's no people. You pull up to this beach and you're just like,
Snorkeling is really good.
wow.
Half of the beaches have great snorkeling. It's not like off the coast of Cozumel type snorkeling or anything like
No.
that, but it's decent and it's fun, and the water is just so clear. It's amazing. I'm looking at the videos that we did around the bays, and it goes from a deep blue to a turquoise to a green to clear. It's just incredible depending on where you are. So
Big Blue, the Pacific.
it's just beautiful. It's beautiful. Those really are some of the most lovely beaches I have ever been on.
Yeah, I mean, when you grow up on the East Coast with the Atlantic, you're not used to seeing a beautiful ocean. That's just not what the Atlantic is. It just never has been. And then you get to the Pacific and you just sort of go, wow, what a difference. And it's night and day, the beauty compared to the Atlantic.
Yeah, it was. So that was my favorite thing was the boat in the
Yeah.
bays. I would agree with you on the taqueria for the favorite food.
Yeah. And you know, my next favorite excursion isn't an excursion. It was when we went to Don and Lisa's because I got to try out all the cigars in his humidor that was just loaded.
Yeah, that was a fun
Loaded.
night. That was a fun night. Yeah, it's just hey Jesse, how you doing?
And congratulations, my Tar Heel girl.
What? Look at this, look at this.
I know.
Got her
Boom.
10-year-old resident. Nice. All right. Sloppy Joe. Sleepy Joe. I'm like, Sloppy Joe. I'm thinking of Adam Sandler all of a sudden. Sloppy Joe, sloppy Joe. He doesn't know that song, Lunch Lady Land. Once upon a time, I would withdraw my U.S. pension from an ATM, 6,000 pesos a day. Now with Wise, it's much easier to
Yeah.
move my money. We do it too.
Yeah.
I mean, and I don't leave a lot of money in there, but if I know I'm going to pay somebody, I'll move it and then move it. You know,
It's a resting spot for
Yeah.
a very short period of time.
I'm not saying I don't trust Wise. There's been some money transfer services as of late, dollar up, that have had issues. Wise,
A lot of them.
yeah, I just
Especially those in the cryptocurrency. If you want to know all about that, Retired Life in Mexico, No Bull, Ernie has been putting out all the great information
on the cryptocurrency funded.
Yeah. Just
But Wise is insured.
yes.
And
they've gone through the growing pains.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of these others are upstarts, and so it's sort of a
I trust it. I would never leave a ton of money just sitting in there. But I do use it to move money. So it moves in and it moves right back out again. I know. I'm hearing the rain. The rain's coming. Oh, Anna, how does Amazon Prime compare with Mercado Libre? Well,
cheaper.
everybody always says, oh, you should use Mercado Libre, blah, 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 blah. And every time I go to Mercado Libre, everything there is overpriced, in my opinion.
Okay.
It's overpriced. So I've heard they got better delivery. But if it's overpriced, I'm not ordering it. So.
And we've also seen that they have a smaller inventory. You know, if you're going in there and you're, let's just say, back to the Zatarain's rice. You know, if I were to type in Zatarain's rice at Mercado Libre, there we go. No. If I type it in at, Amazon Mexico, 3 months ago, that was a no. Now it's a yes, but I'm not paying what they want for it. But on the things that we have found that were comparable on both, it seems to be 10 to 15% more.
And that's the key. So you should look at both places.
Mhm.
If there's a specific item that you're looking for, look it up both places, because there may be an opportunity to get it less, for less money on Mercado Libre. All I know is every single time I've looked for something that I want,
that we found on both.
Mercado Libre was priced too high. And so I would go with Amazon Prime or Amazon Mexico. And because I have Prime, I'm not paying shipping. Occasionally, I will have to pay an import fee, but they're handling it, and they include that in the price. Now, shipping-wise, delivery, depending on where we have been, hasn't always been the most accurate. It's often that day or later. Well, we've been in Oaxaca, and it has come a day or two earlier.
Every time.
So, that's another reason why we haven't gone anywhere, is because we've been waiting for packages to come, and we never know if the package is going to come that day. So I got to get up in the morning and I got to look and see, did they update it? Oh, it's coming 2 days earlier than what they said it was. And I'm cool with that. It's just that often people have told me that Mercado Libre was more reliable with their shipping than Amazon was. And
right. Like you worry about somebody being awake before they're going to ring the doorbell. I've got that covered.
Yeah.
No problem.
I just find that Mercado Libre has been overpriced, period.
In the items that we have found on both.
Exactly.
That's
it. I would still suggest shopping at both and doing a comparison just to be safe. But because of that, we haven't ordered a single thing from them.
No, not yet.
Not yet. It hasn't happened yet. So, would you share the taco seasoning recipe? I certainly would, Cindy. I will post it on the community page. How's that sound? On our Gringos R Us community.
It worked.
Tab. Yeah, it worked. It was really, really good. The recipe was enough for basically one serving.
So, we're probably going to mass produce.
We'll make a bunch and keep it in a container. So I'll put the recipe on the community tab probably tomorrow. I gotta find it. It's in my phone. I have this habit where if I find a recipe I like and I'm on my phone, I screenshot, and then I save it in a folder called recipes. Well, the great amazing thing about that, at least with Samsung anyway, is I have learned that when I find the image, if I want to click on more information, it will let me go straight back to the website where I took the picture, which I think is cool.
Right. Now, the one thing that we were really concerned with, because the recipe we got did not give us the amount of water to add.
Oh, yeah.
And so we started out with a half a cup. We took what made, I think, 3 ounces of the mix and added in the ground beef. We started out with a half a cup and looked at it and went, no, we added a quarter cup more. So 3/4 of a cup of water, and it rocked.
The only thing is I noticed sometimes when you buy packets like Ortega and stuff like that,
Old El Paso,
I think that they have masa in them.
Yes.
And so they thicken a little bit, almost like a gravy. This did not have that. So I would think that you could add that if you wanted it kind of creamy.
It
didn't need it. It was good without it. So yummy. Okay, shipping free has dropped due to the Mexican distribution from $9.99 to $4.99. Oh, shipping fee. So for Amazon, is that what we're talking about? Amazon Prime? Thinking. Jesse, someone who works in security recommended Tunnel Bear to me. I don't know about Tunnel Bear, so I couldn't give an opinion of that. I haven't really looked real hard into alternatives. I'm just trying. I'm trying to think about.
That would be me trying to describe, life on Duke's campus, talking about Tunnel Bear, because I don't know it, nor do I know life on Duke's campus.
So funny.
Yeah.
All right. And homemade buttermilk biscuits or cornbread. That's right, Terry. I could make cornbread. He doesn't like cornbread, but I do. Yeah, that would be really good. Mm. Oh, okay. So, got to run and make dinner. Make a day trip to Santa Maria del Tule and see the Tule tree. Okay. We're just outside of town. All right.
Well, if you're that close, we ought to arrange it to
12 pesos. Oh, gosh. Oh, no. Worst tamal ever. Iguana tamal in Huatuco. Oh, my. Did not go there. Did not have tamales in Huatuco. Um, And don't forget to like
thank
the
you,
live
Cindy.
stream. Thank you, Cindy. I'm getting caught up here real quick. Okay, gotta run and make dinner. Have a great night. You too. All right. So let's see. Oh, I like to read this, so I'll just go ahead and say. Been having trouble sending with Wise. What used to be instantaneous, they said would take a week. Something's going on with Wise. No other info. I agree, Jesse. Something's up right now. They put out a message saying they were aware. I don't really know the details. I haven't had to move money like lately, and usually it is instantaneous. So if that was me and I tried to move money and I'm waiting and waiting and waiting on something that previously only took an hour, maybe, yeah, I'd be really frustrated about it too. Um, I don't know what's going on with them either, but I'm not concerned. I think they're working on whatever the issue is. Maybe they're having an issue with the funding bank, which is possible. Somebody's got to move the money. So I don't know. I don't know. Typically, Wise is really good, and I would say without hesitation that I've really liked it, and you've used it too. But yeah, I don't know what's going on lately. Um, there was. I'm trying to remember the details right now. At one time, not that long ago, they had sent out email to people. Oh, I know what it was. It was a security breach. And they had sent out email to people that they thought would be affected. We never got that email, but some people that we know did. Other than that, it's the only technical news that I've heard about Wise, aside from this issue that's happening lately. So, um, Doug, have you heard locals say BBVA, the bank, in Spanish? They say bebe.
Ube.
Yeah, bebe.
Ube. Ah.
Ube. Yeah. I had to ask what they were saying. Mexico, V is ube, as in U-shaped V. Yeah, ube. I actually never asked them to say it. That makes sense.
No, because
Yeah, I mean, because I know when you say ADO bus, it's ADEO.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fun. Uh, let's see. I have heard that you get better prices on Mercado Libre if you do your search in Spanish. I cannot confirm or deny. Most of the time,
that would be a damn gringo tax.
well, hold on.
No,
Most of the time, even on Amazon Prime, I do a search and the prices all come up. Everything comes up. The whole page is in Spanish. Then I translate it into English after the fact. So I don't know. That's a good thing to think about, Cindy. So maybe I'll try and just see if it made a difference or not. Not really sure.
Somehow I got a feeling I'm going to have to get involved in that one because my Spanish is mas mejor.
I got Google Translate to help me.
Oh, okay.
Diana, I got 3 security alert emails this past week.
From Wise?
From Wise? Was it from Wise?
That's just sort of,
or from other companies. There's been a lot of activity in compromised data for a lot of companies.
Well,
lately. I mean, it's like
it's
old infrastructure, old build. They haven't updated to new security platforms, et cetera,
and then you have groups that are trying to stay one step ahead as far as their hacking skills, and
some people just hack.
Some do it just to prove that they can, which
I don't know anybody who does that.
I don't know anybody who does that.
I'm not that technically advanced, but yeah, I've kind of sort of semi-hacked stuff just to see if I could. I've done that. Not to that level though. I don't have those kind of skills. Sorry. I'm not a security expert, so let's see here. Our Airbnb host got us a new mattress protector. She ordered it through Mercado Libre and it came to Cancun the next morning. Awesome.
Yeah, no, we've heard the delivery from Mercado Libre.
Yeah.
That is the big upside, is that their delivery is right on cue. And it's just like, wow.
That's what we've heard. They have good delivery. But that hasn't convinced me yet. Sleepy Joe, I just tried to transfer money using Wise and it didn't go through. Did you get a message indicating that there was an issue or it just didn't process at all? Is it saying it's waiting? Is it giving you any indication as to what the issue might be or how long it might take? I swear I saw them post something somewhere.
Now she's got too many different places to look at stuff.
I know. I've got monitors everywhere, guys. They're everywhere. Got eyes everywhere. Keep asking your questions. I'm looking. You talk. You talk.
Well,
I'm looking.
Yeah, but you do all the Wise stuff. I mean,
but Jimmy, you can talk. Let's see.
Yeah, the nearshoring.
It's called nearshoring, and I've gotten an email notice about the price drop.
And
wait, what?
Well, nearshoring is one of the things that is causing inflation here in Mexico, because a lot of like the Chinese firms are building manufacturing facilities here in Mexico that allows them to service the US and Canada accounts through the cheaper labor here in Mexico without having to incur the transfer and transport expenses of taking it across. And so one of those things you have to take in consideration is that when you start doing things like this, and then you also raise the minimum wage, and then you have the gentrification of an increased amount of foreigners coming into Mexico, you start putting all these together, and every once in a while we will get responses to videos that, yeah, this is getting expensive, and it's getting expensive because expats are coming here. Well, the first thing I tell them is that's one layer of the onion. There's a lot of layers to this onion, and you put it all together, and yeah, the inflation is occurring. It's global inflation all over. Second, it's the fact that if you're going to continue to raise the minimum wage here in Mexico by about 20% annually, well, if the guy making the bread that they deliver to the Chedraui is now, everybody in that plant is now making 20% more, and every employee in the Chedraui is now making more. Well, guess what happens to the price of that loaf of bread? It's got to go up to accommodate where all this is coming from. And so that's a factor. Yes, do gringos coming in have an effect on that? Yes, especially when it comes to the prices of rents and the prices of homes. That changes as well. So all of this and the nearshoring as well, because they're bringing these in and they're going, you know what? We can pay more because we want the best help because we're going to make more money. And so you start putting all of these different, ingredients into the batter mix, and what we're getting is inflation. And that's just, it must be a day that ends in Y.
It is. Okay. I just used Wise yesterday and it went through in about an hour or so. And that's what I've been hearing for the last, I want to say 2 weeks. It seems like it's hit or miss.
Yeah.
Not sure what's happening. That's typically not What happens with Wise is usually pretty good. I think the longest I ever had to wait was 1 day for a really large amount, but usually it's pretty quick. So I don't know what's going on with them right now.
Yeah,
Some people are not affected and some people are. Um, mm, I'm loving a Luke jersey.
that was my man.
I will be having a traditional bowl of homemade chili and cornbread. Go Cowboys! Oh,
We
now I'm going to
have
make cornbread.
we have been
Yes.
able, both in Huatuco and San Cristobal, to make chili because I was able to find the right beans. As of yet, here in Oaxaca, haven't found the beans yet. If I find the right beans, I'll be all on it, and
You know
I
what?
can work the rest of it. But
Can't find kidney beans, so I'm looking for something close to a kidney bean if I have to. So I'm going to just start looking at all the dry beans and see what I can find. So, yes. Okay, so with
yeah,
nearshoring
absolutely.
to give jobs to Mexicans and reduce poverty.
Absolutely. Both nearshoring, it supplies new jobs. These foreign manufacturers who are coming in, automotive companies, Ford, Kia, Nissan, Toyota, all these people who are doing assembly plants here in Mexico, it's supplying jobs and it's supplying well-paying jobs, which are needed. But there is,
And there's more.
There is a trade-off, and the trade-off is if you're going to bring that in Mexico is knocking on the door of about to become one of the top 10 economies in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And when those things come, unfortunately, inflation comes along with it. And so until it gets an opportunity to stabilize itself and put everybody on an even footing, right now it's not good for those who are left behind, who are trying to find those jobs, to put themselves back up and get to be able to afford what the rest of the country is doing. Right now, that it's leaving some people behind, and it's going to take some time to catch it all back up. And we really experienced this when we were in Chiapas, and so that's one of the things that it's going to take a while, and there's going to be some pains that some people are going to feel, and it's unfortunate. And if anybody could ever figure out the answer to putting it all, they'd make the whole world happy, because
let's see. That was weird. The money just hit my Mexican bank account after receiving a message saying the page on Wise was reloading. Wow. See, I don't know. Like there's some wonkiness going on with them lately, but I'm glad it went through. So
it worked.
It worked. Although, Lena, they took away my Wise card when they figured out I'm living in Mexico. Well, I just got a new Wise card. I told them to send it to South Dakota. So they sent it to our mail service, and then I had it,
Then we had to pay to have it shipped down here.
Yeah, but I waited till we had a bundle of mail, and then I had the whole thing shipped.
That's just, it's amazing how some people or some companies, and there are some people who are guilty of this as well, that view Mexico as being third world. And
I was guilty of that at one point.
As was I. I mean, and the more research we did, we suddenly started going, duh.
Yeah.
And you know what? I don't think there was a high school or a school in Mexico today that had 4 dead and 9 injured, like there were in the United States today, or 30 shot in a parade in, I think that was New York. I think that was where. I can't keep it all straight. It's just one of those, you start going, folks, I'm sorry, we're safer down here. It's
I agree.
Our opinion, but
and look at this. Yes, you know what? Thank you. And we don't know any other way to be. So we try to be honest. We never try to blow smoke,
Nope.
make things up. We don't try to. We try not to do clickbait type videos and sensationalism. That's not us.
Well,
It's just that's not us. We
you
try to
know,
be honest.
when we first started this channel, one of the first things we told everybody is, look, we're going to share the good, we're going to share the bad, we're going to be honest because it's how we roll. And if you don't believe us, talk to our 3 daughters. They'll just go, yeah, that's how they roll. You know,
It's how we roll.
You may not like what you're going to hear, but you're going to get the truth.
Squarely between the eyes.
Boom. You know, oh, I didn't like that, huh? Oh, I'm sorry. You know, does it help you anymore if we change this? No. So, no, it's, you know, that's how we do it, and it'd be counterproductive to us because we don't know how to do it any other way. You know.
No. Way we is that way. Hi, Wilfredo. We're doing much better than we were last week.
Yeah.
Yes. So
I will say this, Wilfredo. We have got the best bed that we have found in Mexico so far in 13 stays. It's the first time that I have slept through a night, and it's not all because of the bed. Part of it is because of the fact I'm 63 years old. And, you know, sleeping through the night doesn't happen very often. But yeah, it's.
Wait, whoa, what? YouTube makes no sense. They block comments referencing OnlyFans, but they let Go Cowboys through. OnlyFans.
The only OnlyFans I know was the young lady who walked up at the pool in Zipolite
carrying an
OnlyFans carry-on bag, and it was like, I went, oh, I'm without clothes on. Okay, whatever. You know, if she's a member of OnlyFans, I'm good.
See, so here we go. They 99.9% of Mexicans anymore. We are with AMLO every day, just like we are with you. We are empowered with all the changes over Mexico.
No, there are some very good things that AMLO has done. A couple of them, I think he may have, you know, it's like anybody. You know, if you were to say that any politician you agreed with 100%, okay, you're lying. You know, because they all do some things that we go, nah, you know, I like this. Nah, that was a mistake. The Mayan train, great thing. Did he push too hard to get it through the southern part of Quintana Roo to from Playa del Carmen down to Tulum when they hadn't done all the environmental studies? Yeah. I mean, that was just sort of like, you know, he wanted to get it finished before he left office.
No, it was his namesake.
I know that was his signature event.
Yeah.
But creating the rail transport from the Pacific Ocean over to Veracruz, another brilliant idea. You know, but so it's one of those just going, you know, he's brought a lot of things that have been very adventurous and very advantageous to Mexico. You know,
we're all putting in our football teams now. Go Cowboys, go Broncos, and I say, go Steelers.
And your mother-in-law right now would just go 2, count them 2 in a row. Go Chiefs.
That's Chiefs.
I mean, yeah.
Whoops, I missed one. Hold up. This thing's moving too fast. Does Querétaro and San Luis Potosí have a good challenge from Oaxaca?
Oh, God, yeah.
Well, I mean, we don't know enough about Oaxaca yet.
Okay, so I read that the wrong way. I read that backwards. Okay.
We don't really know yet because we have only been here for
10 days.
10 days, and we really haven't left our hacienda. So Not much, except to walk to a couple groceries and a lavanderia. So
Yeah, I'd say that ask me that about 2 lives from now, we'll probably have a better idea. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah. We get out and walk around and explore the city a little bit now that I'm feeling better and we're both rested up. So, and let's see. I'm trying to buy a house in Zakia using financing through BBVA. Interest on a 20-year loan is, whoa, 9.38%.
yeah, it's not pretty. No,
Whoa.
financing in Mexico is not pretty.
Whoa.
Okay, all right, Sleepy Joe. The people you need to talk to, Romy and Lee's. What's their
Romy and Lee's.
um
My place,
my
Querétaro.
place at Querétaro?
Let me see if I have that in here. I don't know if I do. I don't think I do. I do
No,
not.
but it's
All right.
my place at Querétaro,
Hold on.
and they are two. Well, actually, I think there's three. There's three of them. There's three real estate agents, and we've met two of them, Romy and Lee's, and they are.
Right here. Putting the link
Here we go.
in the chat.
See the advantage of having all this,
Oh, my monitor.
all this stuff that just makes me go, huh? What? I was in the middle of saying
Somebody
something.
over here. Over here it is. In the chat.
They are phenomenal individuals, and they are very good at what they do.
Well, I'm going to assume though, Joe, that you already have an agent. You're doing all this stuff, so
All right,
he's beyond that already.
But I understand that. But let me put it to you this way: Romy knows everybody. When her computer,
She does.
when her computer was stuck in customs, we're
In
reaching out.
Guadalajara.
We're reaching out to everybody that we could think of, and reached out. Of course, obviously, one of the first people we reached out to was Romy, and we went, Romy, do you know anybody that can help us? Next thing she knows, or we hear, is that, well, a friend of mine who's a export attorney is playing golf with one of the governmental officials, so he's going to see what he can do.
He couldn't do much.
He couldn't do anything, but that's the people that Romy
She
knows.
just knows people.
So,
and they were out on a golf course.
you know, it's worth a phone call, and just do two things. If you call Romy, tell him that you heard about her from Gringos or Us, because we love Romy to death, and then ask, how's Mama?
And Lee's.
And Lee's, but ask, how's Mama?
How's Romy's mama?
So.
Yeah. All right. Football talk.
Well, I'm thinking that means Tomlin, not Tomlin's son, because, they would love to have the old Ladainian Tomlinson, because the question there becomes with Russ. Well, first of all,
Oh, here, let's update it. There you go.
Yeah. I hear this from my nephew, who is a diehard
Matt.
Steelers fan.
Yeah.
And he's been advocating for the last decade that it's time to get rid of Tomlin. It's time to get rid of Tomlin. It's time to get rid of Tomlin. Did you make the playoffs? Yeah, but did we win the Super Bowl? Did you make the playoffs? He's like, if we don't win the ultimate goal, you suck. And he's a St. Louis Cardinals fan. I had the same thing there. I'm like, did you make the playoffs? We didn't win the World Series. Did you make the playoffs? We didn't win the World Series. St. Louis fans are accustomed to winning World Series. I'm like, wow.
Since when?
I'm sorry that you're so entitled,
Yeah. Okay. Oh, and Freya, both of you are beautiful souls. Thank you. And we can just be who we are.
You know,
And that's it.
and I'm going to say this: I have become a better person being in this country.
Yeah, you have.
No, I mean it's true. You know, am I still a cantankerous old cuss? Yeah, I have my moments. Hey, it is what it is. You know, but on a whole, the things that would drive me nuts in the U.S., I now can just let go.
Yep.
You
Yep.
know, it no big deal. It is what it is.
I mean, he caught the sheriff one night for a barking dog in the United States. It was up barking at 2 o'clock in the morning and it just went on for hours and hours.
Uh-huh.
He called the sheriff. Okay, look. Now we've got, I don't know,
We're in Mexico.
half a
Barking
dozen
dogs.
half a dozen dogs barking every night. No big deal. No big deal at all. It's just part of the background noise.
You know,
So,
it really
yeah,
is.
he's changed.
It's the people down here that make everything work. You know, that is the overall key to everything. You know, the hospitality, the warmth, the overall. You know what? If you try and speak Spanish, we're going to work with you.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we're not looking at you going, you didn't say that word right. We're going to tell you the word that you needed to say. You know, and God knows I've heard that enough. But it's all said with a smile, and because the appreciation has been, you know, you're making an effort. And the conversation I had yesterday with our hostesses down here on site, you know, she goes, you know, Nadia habla español. Nadia, todo inglés. You know, we had a 30-minute conversation. She's like, everybody who comes down here to this particular place all is doing it through Google Translate on their phones, and none of them have bothered to try and learn to speak Spanish. You know, it's like, well, we live here. We have to learn to speak.
Yeah.
You know, because that's what we have to do. It's not incumbent upon them to learn to speak English. No, it's on us.
Hey, let's just say a little bit about that. So we've been taking expat Spanish. And if you're interested and you use this code, you will get, I think it's 10%
I think
off.
it's 10% off.
I think it's 10%. Yeah, so I think that's what the 10 means there.
Yeah.
I am about to start level 4.
Mm-hmm.
I am terrified. And I know he's about to start level 6. But the reason I'm terrified is level 4 is the first level where you converse everything in Spanish. Everything. This isn't we're going to do this now where here's the words on one side in English and now we're going to say this in Spanish. No, everything in the class is in Spanish now. And it kind of terrifies me because I feel like maybe I need to still practice level 3 a little bit. Like I'm not quite ready to do this yet, but maybe I just.
And the reason that I give her that look is because you know what? It's not like this is going down on your GPA and it's going to affect where your class rank. It's all about getting better.
But
I know you have this expectation of yourself that you want to be perfect and on this.
I am a perfectionist.
I look at it as going, you know what? All I want to do is get better every day.
I know.
And so, and Amy and Denise, if you're watching, I don't even do the homework.
No, he doesn't. I do. He doesn't do the homework.
But the attitude is all I want to do is learn and get better. And so that's the mindset is you're going to screw up. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You're going to make a mistake in it. And You're going to say the wrong tense. Is it past perfect? Do we put this? Does the pronoun go in front? Whatever. I look at it and go, if I can get 60% of it out of the way and have a conversation, I'm ahead of the game. And
he did really well.
And I did that yesterday. And there's a few times that it got, she gave me the correct tense, or, oops, I put the accent on the word in the wrong spot. But we were able to have a conversation.
Yay. And
that's the whole thing. So,
I have in-laws that are big Steelers fans. Yay! From Watertown. That's right. That's right. I miss having my terrible towel, too. I had one for the longest time.
Oh,
Don't you make fun of Myron Cope.
When I moved to Pittsburgh, Myron had gone from being the Myron who was able to call a game to Gilbert Gottfried.
Okay. Well, you just stop now.
Okay. Before I dig a hole.
Don't dig a hole. It's Myron Cope. There are various border financing companies that finance at U.S. mortgage rates. I think one of them is Moxie. I've heard of Moxie. Yes. Find this out before pulling the plug. The thing about it, Wilfredo, is I don't want to have a mortgage. I'm too old to want a mortgage. So I'm kind of hoping that.
Well, part of it depends.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
What are you trying to finance? If we were trying to finance Don and Lisa's home in Huatulco,
oh Jesus, no.
Thank you. But if you know what, you're short, you got 75% of the money, and you only need to finance the last 25%.
That's different.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So it depends upon where you put the numbers and how you make that work.
Yeah. Hola, Jerry. From the north, Monterrey, Nuevo Leon. We subscribe to y'all when you cross the border with Ernie. Yes. Impressed how far you have come on this Mexico journey. Safe travels. Thank you. Thank you, Jerry.
Jerry, I look back at that and I just go, we were so excited.
We were.
I mean, we're ready to go. And we got that slap in the face by that immigration official who was like, no, you can't come in. And thank God for Ernie Baca, because otherwise we'd probably still be standing right there at that border station trying to have a conversation.
I agree. Ernie was a savior that day. There is a guy who interviews people of what they would change when they were young. And they say that the fastest way to learn is through someone's experience.
Oh.
I say that's true.
If you're smart enough to pay attention. That's the youth. The problem with youth, having been a ute at one time. What's a ute?
What's a ute?
Having been a ute at one time, is that, we think we know everything.
Of course.
And the hardest part is when you finally realize that you don't know everything, you're not a ute anymore. You go,
it's true.
Oops.
Hey, it's Mark and Paulette. The Steelers and the Panthers are almost as good as the 49ers. No.
If we add the win totals together, we still may not catch the 49ers. Hey, It is what it is. Reality is.
Oh, gosh. Oh, obviously, now we're talking. What's the Panthers over under this year? Oh, gosh.
6.5.
You know this? Of course you do. Of course you do. Lisa has passed out. I have an early tea time with the boss. Oh, good night to you two and family on your channel. Good night, Terry. Thank you for hanging out.
That's a damn good reason to go when you got to have a tea time in the morning.
Yeah, and and we're pushing 2.5 hours now.
Yeah.
Plus 2 is Mark's guest.
Yeah, well, Mark's just being in California.
Oh gosh. And he said very true. Mark with a K. Mark with a C said, very true. He's out. He's out again. That guy has the smallest bladder in the world, I swear. I could go all day. He calls me a camel, and I don't have to go to the bathroom. But no, we make as many pit stops as we do when we're on the road because of him, not because of me. And so, gosh, well, it has been 2.5 hours. And so I'm thinking, I know Mark with the C, you just got on, but I'm thinking we should probably wrap this up. What you thinking there, baby?
Works for me.
Yeah.
And no, we won 2 last year with a terrible team and a terrible head coach. So 2, you name the amount. I'll take the over on the 2.
I don't even know what you guys are saying because I don't do that stuff. Sounds like gambling or something.
It is, but this isn't gambling. 2 is the
The sounds of Mexico. We've got the fireworks and the church bells and the dogs and.
I got to find out what church that is because we do have a church that has
2 of them.
I know, but one of them has a great sounding bell.
Yeah.
It has a deep timbre to it that's just like very soothing.
And we have a toaster oven here, guys. I'm actually able to bake cookies in a toaster oven. And I think I'm going to have one.
Everything in this kitchen has been done well.
Yes, it has.
I mean, everything in this house has been put together extremely well, and it was thought out. And yeah, the inconvenience of okay, I got to carry the dishes across the Hardin to go to the wet room. Okay.
When
you're gonna have to do it, but guess what? They actually put a busboy's tub in the kitchen.
Yeah.
So you can just put your dishes in there. And then when you're done with the meal, pick up the tub, go across and wash it. So
it's all good. It's all laid out well.
Yep.
And I'm just wrapping it up. Again, I'm working on the video for this weekend now on.
It's going to be a good one. It's the Bahias.
Yeah, it's the nine bays of Huatuco, although our tour was 7 of the 9, although we really only went to 6 as I looked. But the whole point is it's the bays around Huatuco.
We spent too much time watching the turtles do the hoochie coochie.
We honestly, a lot of turtles do. There was a lot of hoochie coochie with these turtles. We spent a lot of time just enjoying the boat ride, and
Jared was a great host.
Yeah, it's going to be a nice video. I think that those are probably the prettiest beaches I have ever been on. I really believe that. Some of the prettiest beaches I've ever been on. One of the beaches we went to is La India, and it was at one time named one of the 10 most beautiful beaches in the world by National Geographic. That's how pretty these beaches are.
So, I don't know if I'd put it above McKenna in Maui, but it's damn close. I mean,
it is pretty cool. Oh, if it's the church that plays Stairway to Heaven, that's not a church, that's your neighbor.
No, that would be me.
Yeah.
I'm the one that's feeding the neighborhood, some zep.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. Well, I play it back here, but I'm in the office, and so it's muffled a little. Tina, you can do it. You have all the advantages of learning the language as you practice it every day. Oh, I know, Bob. I'm paranoid about I like to be prepared, and I don't feel like I have the command of vocabulary that I should have at this level. And I feel like I need to go back and practice 3. And I know he's just like,
do it.
I know.
You just one step ahead, and you just keep going, and you're going to make mistakes, but guess what?
No, I know. I wanted to be better prepared.
I understand that, but that's where you end up hitting that stumbling block going, I'm not where I want to be. Well, you know what? I'm not doing any preparation, and my attitude has got me to having a 30-minute conversation.
It kind of reminds me about how I started French when I was in 6th grade. So by the time I got to high school, my last 2 years at high school, I got to basically AP level French, and we were reading novels. And there was nowhere else to go with it after that. So my senior year, I had no French. There was no French for me to take. And there was no French to speak with anybody because I wasn't actively involved in any French for the entire school year. Instead, I decided to take 1 year, 1 year of Spanish, and then I go to college and I got to do a placement.
I'm done.
Then I got to do a placement test because 2 years of language was a college requirement. Now you could test out of it, so I got to do the placement test. Well, damn, that 1 year that I skipped and did not take any French set me back to level 2 French. So I take it one semester. The next semester, I had the option of taking a level 3/4, all compressed together. That professor makes us take the placement exam again. I totally tested out of it. So it's like that stuff is in there. I know it's in there, but it kind of like goes dormant, and it takes something to wake it up. But it's how I am with the Spanish though too. And then I'm getting confused because I'm pulling in French words and I'm pulling in Italian words, and things just don't stick in my head like they used to when I was a kid. Not long term like they used to.
I just get diarrhea in the mouth and let it flow.
I know.
I mean,
but I like to at least feel like I know what I'm saying. So, no. And I'm a perfectionist, like I said. And I got the OCD on that. I cornered the market on OCD there.
Just gotta relax, go, and enjoy. And that's I quit putting pressure on myself, and it's one of those things that that works well. And so you're going to use it. If you're going to live here in Mexico, you're going to speak Spanish.
I know.
And you just got to stroll down the road and go, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to screw it up, but I'm going to do it. That's it.
You can do it.
That's it.
All right. Look.
Time to go.
We're just yapping now. Now we're just wasting time. So we're going to wrap it up, guys. It's been a long time, and I really I try to be respectful of people's time, and 2.5 hours is a lot to sit and listen to. So
too long.
I know. Thank you, though, for being here tonight. You being here is what makes this enjoyable, and I hope that sometimes we have this dialogue that helps each other out, which is really important to us. It helps us. It helps you.
Yeah.
We help each other. But we enjoy spending time talking to you and talking with you and answering questions and just having that dialogue. Oh, hey, here we go. One more before we roll. I agree with you on language studies. I was in Germany trying to study German and French, but my college Spanish kept interfering. Yes, it does. It does. I'll be thinking, and then all of a sudden I got French words jumping in, and it totally side rails me. So that's what it does.
I just turned the brain off.
I can't turn my brain off.
I understand that.
Thank you. Yeah. All right. Thanks, Diana. Yeah, we're wrapping it up, guys. We are so happy that we were able to spend this evening with you, and we will be back again 2 weeks.
2 semanas.
Yes, and hopefully we'll have more to talk about the actual city of Oaxaca de Juarez.
I would say that would be a true statement.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Hold up. Yes, it will be after El Grito. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that, too. That'll be their second El Grito. Viva!
Okay. I just hope it's better than the last El Grito.
Yes. Yay! All right. Good night, guys.
Hasta la vista.
Have a wonderful evening, weekend, week. We'll see you in 2.
Go Panthers, go Heels.
Steelers.